thing.
Things
sound.
are fun.
Things are fun.
Tim, are you a Chicago fan now? Is that the thing?
I am now. Yeah. Oh, can you not hear me?
I can
I
hear
heard
you.
you for a second, and then you cut out.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, because I listened or I watched 30, almost 40 years of terrible sports. I adopted another terrible group of sporting teams.
Oh, there's
What?
2 Cardinals.
If you never supported the Albuquerque Isotopes, you never supported shitty sports.
Dude,
What is that?
yeah.
That was their baseball team before times, like back in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I grew up watching the Arizona Cardinals, and they're the epitome of never winning a Super Bowl or ever winning anything.
Okay. I just had to ask.
But-
I saw the hat, and I was curious.
Well, there's no NFL team here, right? So because they keep getting sniped by other
It used to be St.
other
Louis
cities.
Rams, but they're gone now. So.
Yeah, they're with LA. It was the St. Louis Cardinals, and they went to Phoenix. And then it was the St. Louis Rams, and they went to LA. And the next closest team are the Chiefs, and no offense, but like their jerseys remind me of McDonald's.
They're terrible.
So I just can't.
McDonald's, though.
I live here,
it's
and
like-
they're terrible. I'm telling you.
No. So
Me over here not knowing a thing about sports.
No, I
I
mean,
grew up around
not
it.
just. I'm sorry. I should clarify. They're not just terrible like football players. They're terrible like human beings. They're constantly in the news for like getting assault charges and getting like domestic abuse charges and all these bullshit charges from people that they live with and stuff. So like they're just bad people. Bad people.
Yeah. Chicago's been that way this year. The Bears have been that way this year. But I feel like that's a growing thing in the NFL or in sports in general. You know, it's like they pick up all these players because they're talented, but they're all scumbag.
It's all after the numbers. It's all the numbers.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Anyway, sorry to hijack the.
No. It's okay. Actually, I forgot to do a thing. Hijack
Yeah,
all you want.
I have a Bulls hat, and the Bulls is something that I like. That was when I was really into basketball when I was a kid, and obviously I was a Suns fan. But being like supporting the Bulls is like, for me, it's like supporting a time in my life that like I was at most, I think, interested in any sport that I ever like participated in because of Jordan and you know those teams, and then the Jazz at the time, and then the Pistons for a while, and like it's the Rockets as well.
Spurs.
The Spurs came later, yeah, but you know, it's kind of just harkens back to a different era for me. And the Suns organization, are like everybody that runs that organization, are fucking scumbag.
Okay, if
So
you're
I just
wearing
can't- I
it in
can't
a
cheer for them.
nostalgic sense, then I understand it and I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What,
I don't like the Diamondbacks.
what happened
I have
to
a-
you, Gab?
Into
I have a
the
lot of reasons.
unknown.
Did you just like drop kick it out to outer space?
It looked like you just flung your camera across your desktop.
Yeah, I
She
thought
threw
you
it.
kicked it or something.
We're being
The LTT
DM'd by a keyboard. You just have to type everything.
Streamlabs doesn't work anymore? Streamlabs chatbot?
You cannot find that on their website at all anymore. They went to CloudBot.
It just
and
got
they go to-
updated.
Oh, I don't know then.
Streamlabs, but I have not updated, so I don't know.
Okay, well, you know what? Then
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you can't find.
So I have this hat.
There we go.
nice.
Hey,
I'm
it's
sorry.
a Washington hat.
So this is Cincinnati one. Yeah, the Reds. I
Titan
give my
coaches.
I give my dad my Seattle hockey team because he wanted one, so I gave him one.
Oh Man, I don't know anything about Seattle or like Washington at all.
I don't know. I think
Good for you.
the Mariners are doing good this season. I've heard. I don't know. I don't know much about it.
The Mariners are like the Arizona teams. They don't ever really do well.
Yeah.
They just do better than terrible.
Yes.
Kind of like me. I root for the only sports team that I hear about in my local place that I go to. So.
And there's the Seattle Kraken, the hockey team. But I don't have a hat for that. So this is the only sports one I have.
I couldn't ever get into hockey.
I have.
Nice.
Is this
Yeah, I
hat?
Oh, where's my octopus hat?
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna be wearing hats today.
Yeah, it's a
I need
hat.
a
Where's my
hat.
octopus hat if that's happening?
I didn't take a shower. Like we got up, it got going late, and
It's
fucking
so hot. I can't wear it.
Tiffany's. Well, I can give you one of mine, or you can wear. I've got a few hats. I've got a Duke's
Can't
hat.
ruin your elven hair.
My elven hair?
No, Jazz's elven hair.
Oh, I know.
I made
I
it
feel like
his
it's
hair,
hat night,
okay.
and I didn't get the memo. Give me a hat.
Okay.
It just happened.
I'll go get the octopus hat. I know where it is.
Okay. It's hat night. So,
Oh.
like 10 years ago, I would look like a little boy in a hat. Seriously. He's got a lot of hats.
Whoa.
Yeah, see?
Very cute. I
That's
like
the
it.
D&D hat.
Yeah, that's D&D hat.
It flows with your hair.
It's so hot though. I'm literally sweating already.
Oh, I know, those things are hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit over my hair.
This is a winter hat for sure. But it also does feel good. I'll give it that.
It's not gonna work with my hair like this.
No, you just need to get a tiny sombrero for Digi.
I do. He's sleeping. He's really pissed off at me right now because I keep moving. Kick some ass tonight. Yeah, we'll see if we do any ass kicking tonight. We'll miss you tonight. And I
can't
will
decide
message
if it's
you.
more hair or tentacles. It's very close.
It is. I don't know. So I'm gonna tell you to take it off because I love your hair.
Your hair is glorious.
It is glorious.
Thanks for that.
I'm
I
trying
needed
to
that
grow
today,
mine out.
actually. Thank you.
You look great. Really.
Yeah. You look like one of those like 80s rock stars with that amazing hair.
Amelia, you literally look like you belong on roller skates, like on the freaking on the river.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I'm just gonna be the only one without a hat. And Silas over there.
I look like.
You just look styling. You're fucking slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the mom boss of our group.
Yes.
For sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. For sure. Now you just need a cigar. And we'll be good. This is how we play D&D. We don't actually ever play. Oh my gosh, that's so bright.
No,
I
we're
really
only
need to turn the
8.
brightness down.
That's early for us.
I know. It is. Oh yeah, we're gonna start like before 8:20. This is great.
We're styling and on schedule.
Woohoo! Even with sports talk. It worked out great.
I even got a snack tonight. It's the first night of the entire campaign that I've got a snack.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What did you get? Oh, yeah.
That's what I forgot.
It's a bag of chips. It's nothing special, but it's a start.
Yes.
You don't have peanut butter, so you haven't quite gotten there yet.
No, I don't have anything good.
You're not a peanut butter fan?
I saved a bag of chips just so I could have it during the stream tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I forgot my snacks tonight.
You don't have your
No.
crackers?
Nope.
I always get my
forgot 'em.
snacks. I always get my snacks during break. I do have some pretzels here, but the bags are loud. Like, that's the biggest thing. And when you have speak on or speak to talk, like it's just, or whatever the fuck it's called, voice activation, words. Yeah, all you hear is just crackling
Yeah.
or crunching of pretzels. Really? We're not talking. We're about to start.
Sun's running away.
Huh? He needs something. Apparently, he needs coffee.
Oh, coffee time.
It's like 8 p.m. for you guys, right?
It's decaf. Sometimes you just need coffee.
Well, we were
Yeah,
gonna
good for
start
him.
on schedule.
I know. Hey, Onyx, do you see?
Well, closer than most times, I would say.
We are closer than most times. It's fine. It's fine. You know, he's obsessed with Eve right now, so it's really hard to
Oh,
get
yeah.
him on a mindset of anything else. Okay, Onyx, did you see your temp pick? Jax and Bear.
Jackson Bear.
Jackson Bear, Jax Bear, Bear Jax.
Sounds like it could be like a kids' TV show.
Yeah,
does.
it can.
That's what he needs to do. KNX just needs to write like a little kid story about Jax Bear. Mm-hmm. That's Tim crunching bottles of water. KNX. Fun times. Anyway, so I guess does anybody have any questions about last session? We'll start there.
Are we getting a summary or like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
recap?
Yeah. Yep.
I
Getting a
don't
little
Remember
recap.
the combat? That's about it.
Yeah, we fought for
Um,
the town. We fought for the town. We saved
You did fight for the town.
the town on the north side. We saved them.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Tim doesn't need his headphones on because he can hear me, so I can do the recap. I'm like super dumb this week. The freaking so Amelia sent me a message about her cosplay.
Yeah.
This is how out of it I am. For her cosplay for next year, she wants to cosplay Soli, and she was like, I have to get a bow that is allowed by PAX, and I was like, a bow. And I'm thinking a fucking hair bow. I'm like, what do you mean? It has to be allowed by the thing. And then she sent me a message about like how it has to be made of foam and a picture of a bow, and I was like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
God, the costume would cost so much. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
yours would for sure,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. No.
We should do like for Halloween, dress as our characters.
well, yes.
Oh, mine's
I want
easy.
to, but there's no way.
No, there really isn't. Well, I don't. Wait, you know they have to have like an elephant jumper. Elephant one.
It's
So like a
it would
onesie.
look too fake. It would look too fake. I can't do it unless I'm doing an actual like
Yeah,
full
yeah, yeah.
facial, like mask with the rubber ears and everything. There's no
Yeah.
way I would do it otherwise.
Yeah, these do kind of look jokey.
Yeah, there's no way I would do it with looking at fakey. Yeah, I would come to the event. I would just come to the event and be like, "Hey, I love this show."
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, real quick recap, but that would be fun. And I'm already dressed. It's easy. So last session we were still within the ruins outside of Chris. And you started out in the, what did I call it? Like the sanctuary area of the ruins. And in the very beginning, everybody kind of took time to copy as many of the symbols and the runes as possible. While Jax worked at contacting whoever was attempting to reach him. And which he did in a way. Y'all heard a one-sided conversation, kind of questioned him a little bit about that. And then afterwards, he seemed a little spooked and decided he was ready to freaking leave. But Nemu still had something that he needed to finish as far as his archaeological studies go. And so Nemu, Soli, Ioe, and Dorus went over to the area where Soli and Nemu were originally searching through, and Nemu took the time to uncover a very large stone carved image of a volcano with the details of the lines of the volcano, or of the lava tubes, and the what are they called when they come out? Like the lava rivers? Flows, thank you. Which were actually detailed instead of solid lines. It was detailed with multiple symbols. Very, very similar to all of the symbols that y'all have found within these ruins, and then also within, like when it was ethereal. You made it back to Hayfen with poor Mita, who was a little bit traumatized. And once you got there, you decided to take the latest watch during the peak of the variants. And you ended up fighting some of the monstrosities that have been plaguing the Hollow. Just before the fight, you did start hearing the same chant as before, though it was very, very quiet and subdued. And strangely enough, you were not assaulted by any creatures from the Shatter. The creature you fought was infused with wind, it was twisted, it was monstrous. And after a beautifully executed combat, one of the creatures rose back up but as some strange wind spirit. Once dispatched, you were able to extract the residuum from its body, which I don't know if anybody has decided to use that. I believe it was going towards Soli.
Yeah, that's what I think the goal.
Yeah.
We were going to study it, I believe.
Or something.
Yeah. So I will homebrew an item once you study it. If Soli ends up using it, what I have gleaned so far is her favorite spell is Firebolt. So it will be a once per day. You can infuse your Firebolt with wind, and it will be a 15 diameter circle area of effect.
Whoa.
That everybody within it will be like a deck save, like fireball, but it will just have the damage of Firebolt, and you can hit like up to 5 creatures.
Very cool.
Yeah. But after the residuum was extracted, Jax, Nemo, and Ioe headed towards town to help with the massive creature that was attacking there. That creature, now dead, resembles one of the Drig, the large Drig from the dream that you had. Though it resembles in a way that it is twisted and large, and it has spines, but it doesn't look like one of the Drig. It just resembled them. So I'm not sure what y'all wanted to do.
It wasn't as powerful either.
No, it was not nearly as powerful. The creature within the city was massive, but it wasn't nearly as powerful as the Drig. It did quite a bit of damage, and when y'all headed back, y'all saw multiple people who were injured, not just those who were there to protect and be on watch, but also just citizens themselves. Generally, creatures don't make it to the town, and if they do, they're not the large ones, they're small ones that are a little bit more stealthy, and nobody knows how it got there. So I believe y'all wanted to maybe kind of ask some questions within the town. If not, I believe y'all have had a long rest, so y'all can take a short rest if needed. I don't know if you need one.
I think I did last time.
Okay.
Short rest. Yeah, I don't know if short rest does anything for me, and I have full health, so I don't know if I need to.
Hey, Simpaticos. I thought you were going to bed. I thought you were going to get some R&R.
I regained some of my abilities with the short rest, but not my health.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if anybody needs to spend hit dice or whatever, but the watches have come to an end. The sun is rising as the healer of the town goes around and tries to do as much healing as possible until they are exhausted. Even though this creature made it into town and there were multiple injuries and even some of the buildings have been damaged, nobody lost their life last night. Which is amazing considering the amount of creatures that were seen.
Yeah, so from what I remember, like everybody kind of got attacked from all sides, right? Like, and we were one of the groups holding them off. And there was a couple that ended up needing help.
Yeah.
And we had decided potentially as well to go and like help some of the groups that needed help.
Yeah, so
we helped Zetia.
Yeah, so y'all were with Zetia, and the closest watch to y'all that needed help was here in town, which is where you went. Everybody else was able to...
If I remember correct.
Say that again?
The North Bridge, yes?
Yeah. That's where y'all were. Discord is being a bitch tonight.
Sorry, distracting you, just ignore me.
Well, it's like, it'll pause. And then,
Okay,
like...
it's doing it to you now.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's doing
us. It's been doing that to us for a while, dude.
because that's what I was experiencing the last 2 weeks. It seemed to
Yeah.
have stopped now.
Well, you just pass it off. It's a fucking virus. You've just passed it off to us.
Thanks for giving us syphilis, motherfucker.
How dare
Appreciate-
you?
Discordalus.
Discord.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
God damn.
So, Fanti will, as soon as you all arrive, will rush over to you, and what was her name? Zedia.
Zedia.
That sounds right.
Zedia just starts going off about everything that you all did. These creatures, they were very large, and they just came running at us, and they had put something on the ground, and one of them froze, and then another one of them froze, and then they just beat on them until they died, and then suddenly another one came up, which we've seen before, but this was completely different. Another one, or one of them came back, and then they quickly dispatched that one, and it was just a slew of swords and magics, and they didn't even have a chance to hit them. It was just brilliant. Beautiful, brilliant. I could watch them do that every night. Amazing. So Feanty is just like, really?
You've never seen magic like these.
So you were able to handle yourselves then?
Yes.
Apparently
problem.
quite well.
Yes, but how did the other corners of town fare?
Well, everybody is coming back right now. But we've
I'm curious to know if the attacks are getting stronger or about the same, or what is happening.
Well, just from the few reports that we've gotten so far and the number of flares we saw, they were very... It seemed to be many more creatures than before. So Mita is...
So it's getting worse, it sounds like.
Mita is bandaging some of the people and helping out and is very close by. And she just kind of looks at you all. It may have something to do with what transpired at the ruins. This was the strongest it's ever been, and it was like everything came at once.
I'm like purposely trying to heal someone with like light healing spells, and I look back at her and I say, "So you think this is on us? You think we caused this?"
I don't think you caused it. I think that something about the power that you all interacted with has something to do with these creatures, and it can't just be a coincidence, right? That this night, of all nights, is when so many of these creatures came at once. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it
It's
may be
okay,
a coincidence.
You can say it if you want us to leave. We will leave.
No, I don't want you to leave. I think that what you're doing and what the knowledge that you have is very, very important. I think that
We are pilgrims, like other pilgrims before.
But you have knowledge. People come here for knowledge. They don't bring knowledge. You're able to do something that I've never seen done before with anything, and interacted with the ruins in a way that nobody's that I know of, and I'm told most things, have been able to accomplish. It is truly amazing. I'm not trying to blame you. All I'm trying to do is figure it out. If there's a way, if you reacted, or if you interacted with the ruins and the symbology and whatever it is that the magics that infuse the binds here to bring more creatures here, perhaps you can do it in a way that keeps them from coming. There's an element of exciting, like this is exciting. Hi, Keegan. Love you.
Well, you are not wrong, because I felt very strong connection to the weave or the other place outside of everyone else, and I know Jax did too. He put us to a very nice place that he felt strongly with. So I don't think it's just. I think we have a special connection, but not maybe because we are meant for it, just because we are attuned to it. If you know what I mean.
Very, very much. That's why I think it's so important.
I think all of us had experience. Yes.
What? Didn't somebody mention something about a Yuan-Ti? Wasn't that one of the
character we fight? He was Snake Man. I think he was at least partial Yuan-Ti. He's a very rare race that has very interesting backstory because they're not very normal to normal races in other places.
Would I know anything about like history of them?
If you do, it would be very, very vague, and I will tell you flat out it'll be a high DC. Out of everybody here, Dorus.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Dorus
is just saying like we fought him and he was way more powerful than us and we should have got out there, which is why he chose to do that.
You think maybe if we had defeated him, this wouldn't have happened?
It's hard to say, but I don't think we were ready for this example.
Well, maybe not, but I'm just, potentially that's what the issue was.
But I don't think they caused all this. I think they're just part of it,
I think it seems to have gotten worse the longer, well, I don't, it could be coincidence that we did that and there was the worst attack, but it seems
I had memory from person who was already probably dead. And then I said, let's try this out. I'd like to see where their memories are coming from. And then we got into crazy situation. I was like, holy shit, we're going to die. And then we got out of there. Like very quickly because I was like, holy shit, we're about to die.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
I don't think it's very good for us to experiment with this right now. Maybe later on when we know more.
I agree.
I don't know. I'm still curious. I could study those runes for days.
Dorus, roll an intelligence check for me. Nemu 2.
Great intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
Straight in.
Is that
Is
too
this if
subtle?
this is referring to the Yuan Ti, would my character know anything about snake people?
It would be the same thing for you as it would be for Nemu. If you did know something, it would be very, very vague, and the DC is going to be fairly high. All right, 15 for Nemu and 8 for Dorus. So Dorus, you're between this conversation, you are mainly concerned about the welfare of yourself and of course those around you, and can't quite make any headway as far as being able to connect the two. Nemu, you get the idea that while the Yuan-Ti and the shit, what did I call it? The in-between.
Yellow.
The Shallows, thank you. There was a connection. It was more of a reaction to who had triggered the event. The Yuan-Ti and the Shallows don't seem to have any ties to what is going on. It's almost as if anybody else would have triggered that entire event, it would have been something completely different. Does that make sense?
Okay, say that again one more time.
So what happened, the event that happened at the ruins seems to be more tied to who triggered it versus what is actually happening here in the Hollow.
Right, because I chose to go into a dead person's life and figure out, like, can we save this dead person? That's part of, like, my backstory and my god and everything that is behind me, not necessarily towards the main story that we're going towards.
Right. So while this place gave you a space to be able to do that and is is infused with enough raw power and connection to the bind, they're not connected A to B.
It
It's
may be
like-
related, but not necessarily
Yeah.
cause and effect type thing.
Yeah, I think
Now,
I'm just trying to tie it all into the auras and fractals and residuum. Like Sully got that item, right? So it had to have been some sort of, like, we're dealing with some sort of infused creatures, right? Like, otherwise they wouldn't have the spirit left with these creatures has been named a residuum. Yeah, so
okay, so You are on the right track. The
Well, of course I am. But I want to know all of the track.
the binds here are okay. So what you all saw in the ruins, which was inherently triggered by you all being there in some way, shape, or form. Y'all can decide it, like, because we're not talking about that theory right now. And then completely triggered in a different way with Dorus. The binds here are empowered by whatever was placed here by the first ones. Now, the creatures that are infused may be drawn to that. Just drawn to the power here. So triggering the whatever Dorus had started kind of empowered what was laid here by the first ones with more power and may have drawn more creatures.
So it's Dorus's fault.
Oh, I mean, anybody could have done
I
it.
just tried to help someone who was in trouble. Okay. Maybe my fault, yes.
No, it's fine. I'm not blaming you for anything. It's just, we need to figure it out.
Hear me out here. Maybe if some of these creatures were trapped in other world or dimension or whatever, and they also think that they are living their lives normally, but they're trapped in another dimension, they don't know it. And it's all part of the first ones. They create this mess. They trap people in this place.
I'm still interested in meeting the first ones.
I don't think they're alive. I think this was like hundreds of years ago.
I mean, whatever. Yeah.
They create the magic, though.
I mean, they do have a temple here.
We got
could
new
go
theories,
visit.
at least, if nothing else.
I have a idea. Would my character know how to make a compass?
You know what? Possibly.
Like, I know that in the old version of Lizard Folk, they got that crafting ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could do a dex check for it. I don't know if you would add your proficiency to it. What tools are you proficient in?
I am Smith tools.
Oh, okay. So yeah, add your proficiency to it. But you will have to find the components.
I mean, I only need like a strip of paper or strip of metal.
Can you magnetize it?
I don't think my character would know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we could just look at the stars, see where's the true north, and go from
If you
there.
use a paper clip,
It's like
Yeah.
a trial and error thing. It, like
Other-
puts a paper clip, and if it goes that way, it's working.
It has to be magnetized. It has to be
Yeah,
polarized.
I don't know where we could find some magnetic rocks here.
I was just thinking that maybe this works as like the North and South Pole, in a sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you do an intelligence check. The DC is not gonna be high.
It 8.
8. It's a little higher than that. You know, something about iron shavings and magnetic fields. That's about as much as I can give you.
I think my character's brain just like, but just
Yeah.
couldn't comprehend anything.
Yeah. So, you know, something about magnets and iron shavings and all of that weird
Yeah.
shit. However you work on that,
So when are we going to the temple the first one? So I thought that's what we're going to do.
How far away is it? Does anybody know?
well, it's a few hours, and that's today.
It's
So
north of
it's not-
Serentor. We're going to Serentor for meeting today.
Yes.
Oh, is that
Oh,
what
the Temple of the First Ones is just a few hours, is just another half day past that.
Yes, very north of Serentor. We have meeting today with fellows from all towns in the region, right?
Yes. Which once we
Well,
get
I
everybody
think-
patched up and healed, we probably should head out.
I think our friend Bear needs some healing and rest. He was pretty hurt in that fight last night.
Yeah. It was
How many of us are like hurting, like needs help?
I think it's
believe only
just
Jax
Jax.
got hurt.
just
Yeah.
Jax.
Okay, then I will go over to him and cast. I'll cast Cure Wounds level 1, so 1d8 plus 4. He gets 11 points of healing back.
Okay. Let me pull up his character sheet.
Let me go find my
Okay.
phone because I have stuff on my phone that's relevant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking him resting would make a good excuse for his absence.
You know. I'm actually gonna have something for him. For a reason he's not going to be at the meeting. But he will travel with you to Serentor. I just
Well,
can't
I
voice
think-
Jax.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should start heading out now so we don't get late.
We should. We got food. I'm hungry.
So food will be provided, of course. That's the
Oh.
wrong sheet.
That's good. That's
Breakfast is served. Y'all had seen it the day before that after the watches, there is breakfast at the tavern, kind of laid out on tables, kind of like a buffet. You're more than welcome to grab something, roll something up in a tortilla or bread, stuff a bread, and take it with you for breakfast.
I'll take an apple and give it to my horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Mita and Bayanti will be joining you guys on the walk there. Mita will take the time to explain a few things. I don't. I hope I didn't cause any offense. I am the keeper of stories here, and I think that your group has an incredible story to tell. Like I said, I know of nothing or anyone in the knowledge that I carry or in anything written that I've read in our history where anybody has been able to interact with what the first ones did. It's just, it was frightening at the time, and I hope you understand that I don't partake in combat and fighting and protection of people. I'm not very good at it. All I'm really good at is just remembering things, and unfortunately I had my back turned for most of what happened within that place. So I have a gap in my knowledge, but it's, I don't say the things out of blame. I say the things out of excitement. There's the things that you did, if you use them in a different way, could help us immensely. What if you were able to stop the affliction from happening and to keep these creatures from invading our hollow?
That is currently the way we're using our abilities. We just haven't figured it fully out yet.
Well, I have complete faith that you will be able to. Honestly, I truly do. She's being completely honest, guys. She's did not
How
mean to.
tall is the hedge person, like meters wise?
How what?
Like she's a hedgehog person, right?
Yeah.
Hedge, whatever. How tall is she?
She's about 5 foot.
Oh, she's pretty tall. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look down at her then, and I say, I don't think you have understanding of why we are here. We don't necessarily know why we are here. We have been here for we are being pilgrims. We have been here for helping the towns out. We don't necessarily know what the actual purpose is. We are all here on learning journey, like you. And if we can help, we will. I think we have ruined this, yes?
Yes, absolutely. And I honestly, if you don't know why you're here, but you were just sent here, then maybe this is why.
We are on journey for sure. As I say, we are told we were pilgrims. Didn't understand at first, but I think we know where we need to go is temple, and we need to continue on this journey of learning. Knowledge is important, yes?
Very much so. So then that would make you just the same as the other pilgrims that come here, though they come here for enlightenment and knowledge. But I guess they kind of go hand in hand.
But also we have powers with us. We know how to do things.
Yes. Absolutely.
We are more pilgrims of chaos than anything. Group name.
Chaos is still power.
Chaos is power, and you know, if things happen that maybe
I don't think we're chaotic.
you know,
We're just trying to investigate things and make the world a better place.
testing theories and trying new things is just chaos inherent.
That's
I
called
mean, we have
science.
better with us. That is a bit chaotic, if you ask me.
Druids be druids. They are able to be whatever they care to be.
Our druid is chaotic because he doesn't know what he is yet. He's just figuring it out.
Kind of seems like the path that everybody is on, isn't it?
I know very well what I can and can't do.
But
Mostly what I can't do.
do you know who you truly are? For somebody as young as you, I would assume that that's probably not true.
I'm 212 years old. I feel like we have some experience. All of us come from places of some experience.
Well, yes, of course, but if you're not always trying to learn more about yourself, then what truly is living?
That's why else am I out there? I would be in archives, reading books safely, looking at the ledger, trying to figure out who wrote those rights. Being very interesting, but not very unsafe.
I don't disagree with you. I would much rather just be, reading news stories and logging them in the old noggin, or asking people a ton of questions when they come, but here we all are. And I truly feel that it's going to be a wondrous thing. And she starts singing again. Very happily. So Feyanti is just smiling at Mita and nodding along. I don't understand really what went on, but from what Mita has told me and from what I heard about your exploits this morning, I don't disagree with her.
Keep in mind, we don't entirely know what happened ourselves.
Well,
Not
that's
chaos, though.
that's okay, because there's a lot going on here that not many people understand. And while I feel that the three are quite powerful in their own right, our different types of magics here are fairly limited. And you all bring something that doesn't exist here in the Hollow naturally. And maybe that's what is needed to fix this.
Could you repeat what the three are?
Well, the three are the leaders of each of the main towns. So, you have the Sarentor, which are light weavers, and very nice gentleman, Furbolg like myself, named Balloren, because fuck W's. Balloren. Sorry. It looks great on paper. And then the Shearlumen, which they're more enchanters and that kind of thing. Munderic is the leader from there, and then the Shalebinders, which I believe Mita introduced you to their work in Chris. They are generally fuck the W. They're most of them are yeah. It's a W.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them are bugbears that live up in the mountains. But Bruvar is the leader, and they have an amazing elemental type magic. But you all bring something completely different to the table here. And
is he the Shalebinder one? Which one is he?
Bruvar is the Shalebinder, yeah.
I think I
they're-
understand all of it, but I'm not 100%.
It's okay, I've got something for you. Don't you worry about it. So I will... It's gonna paste very oddly in Discord, that's my only concern.
But I feel like we're going to meet them all at this meeting at Saren's.
Yeah. So let me...
For some reason, whatever you just said, my mind just blanked.
It's because that kind of stuff is much easier to read and have a reference for than it is to hear.
Welcome to my
Because
entire
I
life,
absolutely need this reference.
Yeah. So, do you remember the building in Chris, the one that keeps everything cold? Well, the Shellbinders built that. Just they can take a piece of stone and turn it into anything. Really, it's brilliant and beautiful. And that's mainly what their power is. They can also create quite a bit of force to push things away or slam things down or pull them towards them. It's quite interesting, really. They're really great people. They're just keep more to themselves than most of the other groups here. The Shearlumen, they well, if you ever get there, you'll see. They're very interesting magic users. They can make you feel all kinds of ways. Most of the time, really good. But they can sometimes make you not feel good if that's their need or intention. The Saren Tor, which is where we're going, of course, and that's where Fanti is from. They are able to make beautiful illusions. Their city is just full of them. There's actually some on the outside of Fanti's tavern. I don't know if you saw them, but the pillars with the slight movement, with a little wind that blows the clouds, the little birds that kind of fly, and some of the trees wave a little bit. It's really beautiful. But that's what they do. So she'll answer any questions that you have about them on the way there.
Yeah, Dorus is mostly interested in the Shearlumen and their library and how he can get access to their library to learn their secrets that are in this library.
You just have to ask, really. I'm going to assume that, they'll not take any offense of it, especially with all of the different knowledge that you're able to bring. Maybe, share your knowledge and they'll share their knowledge thing.
As it is clear, the council has other dealings in this place, so I think we can share knowledge and be very happily together.
Yes. So what's going to happen in the meeting is we, all the leaders from the different areas are going to kind of share what's been going on since the last meeting. If there's been any new afflicted, thankfully we haven't had any recently. And then, just kind of if anybody has new ideas or if there's anything new that has happened, if we've gotten any news from, the outside world, if anything else is going on about this outside. So
If you did have news, I believe that would be us.
yeah, in Tora, the Antora family, they claim us, but they don't seem to want to assist at this moment. And so we just still consider ourselves sovereign. But that's okay.
I do not understand their insistent need to claim what they clearly do not want.
Land and people are power, and
That's right.
I don't understand it myself. And it's not that many other places in the Divide are technically under any family, but it was something about the Hollow that they wanted. Most likely for the herbs and the farming that we do here. Because there's quite a bit of it, and it's can't be done most other places. So that's the only thing I can really think of.
Just simple minds have simple goals. You know this.
I wouldn't say that out loud in most places, Dorus. But yes.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for the advice.
But yes, you are right. So are there any more questions? Okay.
I don't believe so.
So as you continue to get closer and closer to Sarentor, you're starting to notice that, of course, the farms and the grasslands fade away. Carefully pruned and cultivated landscape leads up to the outer homes of Sarentor itself. Each home is uniquely designed, though they all have floor-to-ceiling windows, no matter the design of the house, along the front, and each has beautifully ornamented window frames surrounding them, custom crafted wooden framing, and they all have a slight variance of the illusion that is put on them. Some of them are just wind or leaves kind of like swirling in the wind, others are birds, or some even flickering flames that come up on the window frames themselves. It is beautiful and very different. They all have covered porches with perfectly placed potted plants, carefully laid out landscaping, and every single home is painted in a shade of blue. The homes become more and more dense and taller the closer you get to the towering main 5 buildings of Sarentor.
What?
You now see it is one of the 3 capital cities.
One of the 3, yeah.
And
Okay.
as far as the name of the session goes, that's because I thought we were going to get to the 3 last week.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The 3 continued. I'm just
Yeah.
doing it for my.
But there are multiple different types of peoples here. There are furbolgs, there are Vulpin, the raccoon folk, the hedge, the halfling. You see a few of the bugbear. You even see a few turtle, and a sparse, number of humans around. Most of the peoples here are furbolg.
Nemo's definitely in awe, like looking at all this stuff.
It is beautiful. There are illusions in random places. You'll see even owls, standard owls, not, Alkin. Where's Jarek? Yeah. He's talking to one of he's talking face first into one of the fountains here.
That's right.
But you'll see like illusionary owls and flocks of birds kind of flying every so often. Around the fountains, there's illusionary fish that swim up through the waters and spouts of all kinds. One of the large fountains itself just has like jellyfish that kind of float around the fountain itself as the spout comes up, and it's just it's a stunning array of illusionary beauty. And who is it for themselves to enjoy or for those that come is kind of hard to say. But the 5 main buildings that you now see towering within the city each have 8 sides, and they all have balconies in between each floor, held up by carved peoples and mythical creatures. So instead of like gargoyles sitting on top, they're all held up by all these different creatures. There's arching pathways connecting them all, hovering above the roads beneath. So you have a central building, and then you have 4 on each cardinal point here in Sarantor. Illusionary waterfalls flow down the outer 4 sides of the 4 sides of the main building that are not connected to the other 4 buildings, and these illusionary waterfalls glitter with light, and you see large aquatic creatures and jellyfish as large as whales and dolphins that swim within these massive illusionary waterfalls. Okay, so we're here. This is, you know,
It's beautiful.
it is. It is.
Where are they? So would I know that they're illusions?
Yeah, they are. They're made to look like illusions. They're not made to look completely real. You know, like the creatures are fantastical colors or shapes, or their eyes are slightly larger, and the water itself just it would look like really good 3D animation. You know?
Yeah. So why are they illusions? Why can it not be real? I don't know.
It's just each city kind of it shows their expertise within their city. It's kind of a bit of showing off.
Oh.
But to let other people know how powerful they are. It's a little it's kind of a, she's whispering as you're going into the main building. It's kind of like a competition between the 3. And then some of this stuff isn't usually here, but I guess because the meeting is happening here this time, that, you know, they added extra flair.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think they deserve their bragging rights.
Absolutely. It's quite stunning. We're just gonna go up. And she takes you into the main building. And you see within this octagonal building, there are 4 kind of like elevator platforms that go up the inside of it. Within this bottom floor, it is just mainly a show hall. There's some areas for seating. It's kind of like a really, really nice airport like reception area. I say airport because it gives that space that you don't have in like a really nice hotel. It's just spacious, and there's little areas that you can sit down and talk. You see people coming from like these hidden elevator type things from somewhere down below, and they're bringing up teas and snacks, and they have trays set out everywhere of all different kinds of delicacies for those that are visiting. There are many people in here. It is full of every single race here in the Hollow. And you kind of see, as you look up, on the base of the 2nd floor is a projection of the room where the meeting will be held. And at this point, it seems to be projecting an empty room. And most likely what will happen is during the meeting, it will be projected down to everybody sitting here. They don't, from first glance, they don't seem to hide much from the populace. Okay, let's go up. We have about 20, 30-ish minutes. But it would be nice to, you know, greet everybody and find seats.
All right,
So,
beat the way.
yeah, let's go.
So
mhm.
I'll try. I'll do a perception. See perception. Oh my gosh, 2. I
Two.
was trying. Yeah, I was trying
Damn it.
to. I was trying to like see whether like other like civilians or anybody of importance and here right now. Are they looking at us or
Nobody seems to. Well, there does seem to be some interest in Jax, as he's still in. We'll just say that Jax is in Bear this whole time.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
just
gee.
he's super uncomfortable, right? But it's not that it's super odd to see a druid or somebody in bear form, as they would have had some kind of experience with druids in the past. It's more that why is somebody coming in as an animal versus themselves? But it's not like an overwhelming everybody turns to the group. Eoway is definitely a standout, as has his people's, specifically his coloring may not have been seen out before, but maybe, they just assume he's like, has a lack of pigment. Dorus,
Exotic, you see.
yeah, you're totally exotic. Dorus, they've probably seen Loxodon here. I would assume actually quite a few of the races that are within the council probably visit here annually, maybe at least one person or two, or maybe they have an annual, like their own type of pilgrimage that comes separate from the public one. Nemu, not that odd. And Soli, there are a lot of humans here.
oh, there are.
Yep. If anybody wants to do an investigation check or another perception check before you leave this room, you're more than welcome to. And I'm going to be right back. I got to put Digi up and I got to take my sweater off because I'm finally warmed up.
How much gold does everybody have?
Let me see.
No gold at all. I feel like there's a very hodgepodge of various races and peoples.
He's on your
Yes.
back.
I got
Seeing a
3
crackerback, I can't watch this.
gold Digi.
Like hanging onto the necklace, so it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to leave.
I know he's tired. He's been sleeping a lot. He sleeps really well on us. So and he'll just hang on for dear life. And you see Zenith over there behind Tim's chair. She just sits there and stares at him. No, you're not
Yeah.
gonna eat our lizard. That's not gonna happen.
Do these humans have like similar skin coloring to where I'm from?
I would.
Or do it look similar at all? Besides
trying
the
to think.
fact they're human?
I'm trying to think what would the human heritage be where you are. I would assume, being that it's a desert, it would be very like Middle Eastern, right?
I was thinking like darker skin.
Yeah. So like that beautiful coppery skin tone would probably be closer to where you are. Here it would be much more of a, I would almost say like a Central America coloring. And then, kind of a mix. There's a variety, but you don't see anybody from where you were from.
These valley humans look strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to decide like where these people from Phanovus would have come from that ended up in the Hollow. So I'm sorry, I need to check the rolls. Did nobody want to do a check before we went up?
So when we were walking around, how many like street merchant vendors did I see?
On your way into the town, there would have been many.
Oh.
As they expected, like, this is a big deal.
Okay. I would have stopped at least one of them and tried to sell them some of my mother's potions.
Okay, I need you to roll a persuasion check.
So I'd have to sell it really well, right? And I'd walk up to them and be like, excuse me, and I'd kind of tug on their whatever they're. I've got an elixir that I think you would be very interested in, and I promise you have nothing like it.
Oh, really?
Yes, it helps. It helps to dull pain.
Can I help in this?
Like the root or the bark of the willow tree.
Maybe, but better.
And you're wanting to sell it?
Yeah, I have plenty of them, and I need to make some money so I can buy stuff in this big city.
Okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Excuse me, anybody? Anybody have any pain? Achy bones, headaches, anybody? And you see an older gentleman walking over. I'm always in pain. What you got for it?
Here, try this. Let me know how you feel afterward.
He's not a plant for you, is he? You don't know this man.
I just arrived in the city. I've never been here before.
Oh.
I'm from the deserts to the east.
Is this
Well,
a drink or like a pill, or what are you giving him?
It's like a little tincture, like a potion.
Elixir? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little elixir. Down the hatch? So,
Down the hatch.
I cast, from a distance, I cast Thaumaturgy to make the ground rumble a little bit. Just like
Oh,
very
it's so
slightly
good.
rumble.
see, as he drinks it.
I'm just kind of looking down like, what the fuck?
Can I assist with like my hardened skin? I'm gonna take a dagger and try to like cut myself, but not actually. Like, see? No pain.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She just looks at you in horror. Oh, that's a bit much for what, how we're hoping to accomplish here. But that's good
There
to
wasn't any
know.
blood. It didn't cut through. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah.
at.
That's good to know. So the guy drinks it and he's under his feet. This is powerful stuff. And he kind of
I
gives
told
it.
you.
He kind of tastes like liquid vitamins, liquid Flintstone vitamins. It's not that bad. Wow. Actually,
Good stuff, right?
that's really impressive.
My mom made the recipe. I don't know what she put in there, but I have plenty of it.
Well, it will depend on the price that you're selling it for, young man.
How much do you sell health potions for?
The basic ones, they take a day to make, so I sell them for about 45 gold apiece.
Oh, wow, really? I was thinking more like 5 gold apiece.
60.
But these don't heal wounds. It's completely different.
No, but it's a fraction of the cost. And you saw how effective it is.
Yes, but we only had one person come up complaining about pain.
Oh man, I want to kick this guy in the balls so bad and just be like,
Yeah.
"You're in pain now,
The
motherfucker."
same thought was happening.
I can't believe it.
Let's see.
You know
And
what? 2 gold apiece.
That's robbery.
Robbery.
15.
I don't know any of you. You're selling me something that looks like it's going to work. I'm taking a chance here that I'm going to be able to sell it for any kind of profit.
3 gold.
Oh,
Roll
you're
persuasion.
selling it. You're selling yourself
It's
short.
Tylenol.
Ooh, 19.
Oh. Look.
Doris is off to the side looking at his stick and shield and not paying attention to the main group at all.
Get any assistance with this? Like help action?
I tried.
He got a 19.
And-
That's pretty high, but you can give assistance to give him advantage if you would like to have advantage.
I'll try.
Get that natural 20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
21.
Mm.
I ended up rolling 17.
You have a
I have
high
a plus- I
persuasion.
have a +4 to persuasion.
Yeah, you have a very high one.
I'm based on I'm a charisma character, so
So what does proficiency mean? If I have proficiency in something, what does that mean?
You add your proficiency bonus to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. It
All
didn't
right.
work.
All right. 3 gold apiece. And I am the only person that you sell it to.
Fine.
Ever.
Okay. But you wouldn't know if I sold it to somebody on the other side of the continent.
I'm not worried about anybody outside the hollow.
Oh, well, yeah, then you have a deal. The Hollow's a small place. I mean, you know, it's significant, very significant place. But you know, anyway, 3 gold sounds good.
Still think that should have been worth at least 75 gold.
You know?
I'm just a kid trying to make it in this world.
So how many do you have? You made
The
20.
frick is Zoli? How much gold do you have? Holy shit!
Oh no, I only have 3.
I have none.
Only have 3.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I was just wondering how many vials you had to fill. Oh, you had 20 vials. Oh, that's right. You did buy them. Okay, so, but you gave one to Dorus.
Yeah.
And you had given one to Jax, I believe. So we'll call it 18.
Yeah. Wait, Nima, do you have more?
Well, I can buy more vial. That's the cost of doing business, I think, is what they call it.
So-
Of course, if you spend 1 silver per vial and you sell it for 3 gold, that's very good.
It's a good profit, especially for somebody that's just trying to make it in this world.
I mean,
I'm trying to make him feel
bullshit.
guilty.
That's very good.
Yeah, so I still think, I mean, something like yours is...
Well, for something that hasn't gone through the proper trials, I think that 3 gold is a fair price.
Well, I can guarantee it's purity.
It's not purity that I worry about, it's side effects. It's people who might have allergies. I actually have to use these to test on people to ensure that there isn't any issue.
Do people have allergies to health potions?
Some, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, we have
So the health potion
gluten-free health
becomes
potions.
so the health potion becomes a hurt potion.
Yes, it can. People can have allergies to certain flowers and certain roots.
What is in a health potion? Do you know?
I do, as I make them. The herbs that we have here actually is the main ingredient. But you have to know how to properly, you know, I can't think of the word.
Cultivate, pick,
No, the what you do with them.
mix, create,
Yeah.
Boil?
potionify?
Potionify. If you're not an alchemist, you understand it would be quite difficult for you to replicate
no.
the process.
Oh no, I'm not an alchemist.
I might be able to recreate it.
19 perception. Is there any food stalls here?
Oh, there's always food stalls.
Oh my god. I
There's
look for
always food stalls.
I look for the most interesting looking one with a lot of people and be like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
the biggest one right now is it's kind of like popcorn balls, but instead of like popcorn, it's like this massive seed that was popped.
whoa.
And it's kind of like you can have different seasonings put on them. Like what is it? Elote? Yeah. So you can have all different kinds of stuff put on it, and apparently, it is a seed from one of the fruits that only grow here in the Hollow. But it's a very seasonal fruit, and when they harvest the fruit, some of the seeds are taken when they make jams and jellies and preserves, and that's what they use for these. So it's like a once a year thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Seeing this whole thing, I was like, I need to pick me up, so I'm gonna go and get some food.
Okay, so
Yeah.
each one of those is 3 silver though. This is an expensive street food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so
It's rare.
I got 3 gold. How much silver?
It's
is in
10
one
silver per gold.
bowl? Okay, so okay.
I mean, they're big and
So,
hearty. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like eating a potato.
Who's like the what we call a stall owner. Who are they?
Damn it. I should have had this
Random-
ready for you, Soli.
It's okay.
Um,
Random person.
Yeah, random person. I know.
Always foods. Thing.
Yes.
They are very, very busy. So they grab one, they stick it on a stick. What would you like on it? We have
Give me the
everything
works.
that you can imagine. You want the
Everything,
works?
Give me everything. The works.
Sweet or savory or spicy?
All of it.
All of it.
All
You've
of
got
it.
it. So they coat it in like a honey, but it's not bee honey. It's some other kind of like sweet substance. And then they start sprinkling different types of pieces of dried fruits and nuts and spices on it. It's just a conglomerate of, it's like an everything bagel with different crazy shit on it.
Yeah.
And he hands it over. All right, next. What do you want on it? It is a mix-mash of everything. It is interesting and definitely something probably Soli was never heard of, seen, or anybody has really.
Oh, yeah.
It is a specialty of the Hollow.
What?
So the
If I
plant,
like, go ahead.
the plant would be the main flower is the lashland. The lashland plant, but it is only a very specific color that is used for healing potions. It is the ruby red ones, as they have to be, all of the different colors have to be planted in like a spectrum from one end to the other for them to even propagate. So it is the red lashland, which is very rare outside of the Hollow. They find it very hard to grow. And then you have to have a good base, which is like very good spring water for the minerals and all of the electrolytes, as well as something to emulsify it. So to break down the flour. Which if you're very careful, you can use heat. Some prefer to do it many other ways. It just depends on what you're best at.
Okay, so I'll be going back to where everybody else is.
Okay.
Okay, so what's going on here? What do you guys like? Oh, this is really, 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 really strange flavor, but it's really interesting.
It looks interesting. How much did
Yeah.
you pay for that?
3 silver piece.
Oh, I think I can afford it now.
Wait, so did you sell everything? All your potions?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna ask him if he has any vials.
No, I don't have any extra vials here, but I do have an alchemy shop if you want to stop by.
Sure.
Sarai Serenity. More than welcome to come over.
Well, I think you'll be very pleased too, because what I just sold you is 100% organic. It's all
Yes.
natural.
there you go.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful to hear.
Yes,
Well then,
but I can't help allergy.
I definitely put that on the label.
You should.
After I test it, of course.
Right.
I have to test the pH balance and make sure that it's allergy-free, gluten-free, no sugar.
As far as I know, no gluten was used.
Fantastic. So
Why is there bread in my potion?
yeah, why is there bread? It's to make it thicker. It's a thickening
Gluten doesn't
agent.
have to be in bread.
Yeah, this is true. It doesn't. So anything else going on in the city?
If they're all doing crazy stuff, I would like to sit by the fountain for 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic while I meditate.
Ooh. So while they're doing everything, you just kind of casually sit down and focus on your spell. And after your 10 minutes, everything glows. Everything.
Yeah, of course, the water glows, the fishes glow, everything around me glows. But what I'm more interested in is in the marketplace, on the people's trays and stalls.
Oh.
And what is glowing on their stalls. After I cast the spell, I want to walk around. I think I have 30 minutes or something. I want to walk
Okay.
around and see what's magical on the vendors.
Okay. Of course, a lot of Sarai's stuff is magical. Though you will notice that the potions that she's putting away, that Nima who sold her, are not magical.
I purposely eye those and I'm like, very nice, very nice.
Yeah. Magic is in the air. Yeah, that's why it smells so good here. There are... Most of the vendors that you see don't have anything magical. You finally make it around towards where somebody is selling kebabs. And it looks like some of the kebabs themselves have a very, very faint magical glow. It's not in the vegetables, it's not in the fruits that are on there, it's in the meat. And it is not illusion.
Yeah, I asked the vendor, what kind of animal is this from? What meat is this?
Goat. Sorry, I couldn't think of an animal.
I smell it with my trunk. Does it smell like goat or like normal meat?
Yeah, it would smell like lamb.
Monster meat?
No, it smells like lamb.
Okay.
I would find it hilarious if the shopkeeper stuttered. It's like,
I know.
goat.
I don't know why I couldn't think of an animal. I'm like, I don't know. Fucking, they have ranches here too of animals that they like butcher. It's lamb.
Suspicious meat shop.
I would ask, how much for one? Let's see, like 3 or 4. What is it, sticks or kebabs or what do you call them?
Yeah. There's 7 copper a piece.
7 copper. Okay, so let me do maths. I'm not very good at maths. So 2 silver, 8 copper. Yes.
Sure.
We call 3 silver, fair price for friends of city, yes?
Yes, absolutely. Would you like any extra spices?
What kind of spice do you have?
Well, I have this mix, and it's a bunch of the different peppers that we have here in the hollow. It is very, very hot. Then I have this mix, and he shakes it up. This is a lot of the dried fruits from the area.
I'm putting my trunk up and sniffing them as he puts them up.
Yeah, so you have like a fruity one, which would be like citrusy fruits like lemons, limes, pineapples, salt, that kind of thing in there. The spicy one is definitely a mix of peppers. They're hot. They're not like ghost pepper hot, but they're like habanero level hot. And then there's
one with spicy and 3 with citrus.
You got it. So he'll shake all the spices on him. One hand for the spicy.
Are they all glowing magically, sort of like dimly, or are they just
all the
one?
meat is.
Okay. I just purposely buy the meat that is glowing magically.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Glowing meat.
Yeah, glowing meat. Suddenly sweaty trunk. I know, you start sneezing as you're smelling the spicy one. I wouldn't smell that one out of the bottle. It's very, very hot, and it will induce sneezing.
With friends, I have good plans for these. Thank you for sharing with me. It sounds very good. It smells amazing.
You're very welcome. So one hand has the spicy, the other has the citrus, and you're good to go. Don't touch that with your hands. Don't put it on your face. All right. So you have glowing meat sticks.
As you do. As you should.
As you should.
Now I have to roll like so many like persuasion checks to make my friends eat this.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't know it was glowing. You would be the only one that could see it.
That's fine.
So as long as nobody's a vegetarian.
Took a moment to respond to what type of meat it was.
Yeah, it's like lamb.
That was gold. He said gold, but I don't know if I believe him or not.
But yeah, and there doesn't seem to be anything else here. There's a couple of people that you see with glowing items on them, rings, necklaces, maybe even a cloak, or their clothing itself. I know what you would see. Okay. So, as you're walking around, and you see all these like small glows, the ground below you is even glowing, as if an illusion has been cast on the ground. There are amazing smells besides just the food vendors here that's kind of infused the air, and you can tell that some of it is some type of magic. even if it's just like prestidigitation to cause a smell. It's subtle, but it's there. One thing that you do notice is somebody faintly glows from head to toe, as if they are entirely covered in illusion magic.
What do they appear to be? Like, what's their outward appearance?
Their outward appearance is of a Vulpin, so of the fox race. And she's just casually ordering some or buying some like little trinkets from a stall, like that does like handcrafted like clay stuff, and just having nice conversations. It stands out to you.
Okay. I go back to Mita, if she's still in the market area.
Oh, she would have gone food shopping with Soli.
Oh, okay. What? Can I catch up to them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They make their way back to the group.
Okay. I try and catch up to them and I say, I got these great meat sticks. Anyone want meat stick? Meat stick? Meat stick?
Oh, I'm full.
You might want to try. It's great meat. Maybe goat or maybe something else. We don't know.
I'll take
Hey,
one.
Mita, do you know this person over here? And I point out the lady that's glowing, like the fox person.
I don't recognize her specifically.
She seems like a very nice lady. You think she's single?
Maybe it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful if y'all decided to stay here.
To, like, have her investigate the person, but no, I failed horribly.
Oh yeah, I don't think she would be comfortable doing that. Like, you see
I'm
the
basically
Loxodon.
I'm basically a monk. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
in relationships or anything. So
That's so
that
funny.
should have been a weird question.
She got really excited for half a second. She's like, oh my god, if somebody meets somebody here and they settle here, they'll stay here forever.
I'll definitely try a
Wait,
suspicious.
Mita, you want a meat stick?
She's eating one of the giant popcorn things.
Yeah.
I'm a little full right now. I appreciate
Me
that though.
too,
These
yeah.
are really good. They're one of my favorites.
I mean,
Is Jax
Or-
with us? Like, is he
Yeah.
around?
Jack Bear would inhale that thing.
Okay, I feed the bear a meat stick and see what happens.
Okay.
I'll also try one.
Okay, so EOA, you start eating
Yeah,
one.
absolutely handy one.
The suspicious Slim Jim.
Yeah, the suspicious Slim Jim. It's just a kebab. It's got different kinds of vegetables and fruits, with the lamb in between. And I'm gonna assume that you got the citrusy one.
Even the spicy one for myself.
Okay.
Because I haven't
so-
had that kind of spice before. I want to try it.
Oh yeah, it's very 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 flavorful. It's really good, and as you begin like having a few bites of the meat and it starts digesting, you feel a little like tingle kind of vibrating out through your body. It would be like if you cast a very 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 subtle spell. Nothing as strong as your runes, or if somebody like lightly heals you. It's kind of that feeling that just kind of emanates through your body.
What type of
If
meat
he's
was
eating
this?
it in front of me, I want to eat the spicy one at the same time.
Okay.
What type of meat was this?
Well, the vendor says goat, but I don't know if I actually believe him. I think it might be some sort of monster meat or something.
oh no, mystery meat. Are you serious? You were trying to give me
Does it
that.
taste like goat.
It tastes very much like lamb.
Hell, the seasonings he put on this, it smells so good. Have to
Oh,
try.
party
Yeah,
to
so-
mask.
So the spice is very very strange. It is hot, but it's not a lingering heat that builds. It's hot when you take a bite, and then if you wait until you take the next bite, it will fade fairly quickly. So whatever it is, like it's not an oily base, and it has like a very subtle smoky flavor to the spice. It's really good. It's really really good.
Yeah, I finish it up. It's good, tasty.
You gonna have one?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have one to him if he wants it. I guess I bought 4, but I didn't think about Jax. So I
Oh,
guess
right.
I could have bought 5 if I thought about
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. Fly or something in here. Yeah, so you get the same feeling. It's like if somebody, oh, you know what it is? It's very similar to the feeling that you got when you were in the Serenity room, in the ruins. It's very, very similar, but much more
It feels
subtle.
like I'm home. It feels like I'm on a comfortable couch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have taste. So funny. And actually this makes it a perfect time to take a quick break. I'm gonna get some water. We are literally exactly halfway through, right before we get to the meeting. And then if anybody else has something they want to do, this will give you a chance to think about it before you hit the meeting.
I did have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
You're just giving me more ideas of what Yahweh could eat.
I know.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, just roasted scorpions on a stick.
Scorpion for this campaign, I'm gonna be so sad now.
Gross.
Roasted scorpions on a stick. It's fucking nasty.
It's totally a nutritional thing. I'm sorry.
It is. It is. So are like locusts and crickets and no.
Probably have done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, grasshoppers are fucking great to eat.
Yeah.
Really good for you,
Yeah.
actually. Once you can get through all the crunchy parts, they're good for you.
Yeah. Pulling legs out of your teeth.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amelia.
Do you digest those, or would you shit out the legs too?
I would assume you would digest
How does
them. Like their carapace isn't that thick.
I don't think it would. I don't know. I don't want to guess.
What a
Uh,
great conversation to come back to.
Oh, I know.
fucking gross.
It's a great conversation to come back to. Okay, who wants to participate in a pepper eating contest?
How?
Okay.
First of all, how good did I do eating stick of meat?
I'll participate.
We'll participate. Okay, it really
Yeah.
depends on So you didn't have you know what? Just do a constitutional or constitution save
Okay, I'll do it.
for Darus.
Oh, for the reason.
22.
You did okay. You did pretty good for your first time having
It
spicy food.
Wasn't that spicy?
No, it's good. It doesn't linger. You know, you expected it to like build and build and build and build. So the pepper eating contest, you get no bread, no cheeses, no drinks. It is just
Okay.
you and peppers. And there is a line of peppers, and they start from like little bitty sweet peppers, and then they just keep going to the hottest of hot, which would just be it's just called the hollow pepper. Is the hottest of hot.
I'm guessing the DC rises as more and more time
does.
passes.
It rises and rises and rises. There is going to be 15 contestants. First place is 25 gold, which is pretty freaking decent. Second place is 15. Third place is 5.
Okay, I'm participating.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try it just because I didn't think that was that spicy. It tasted good.
Okay. So pepper eating contest is beginning in 2 minutes. Make your mark. Stand on stage. Let's get this started, kids. So everybody stands on stage in front of a little bitty table. There's people watching and like cheering on. You know, you have all your different creatures around you. So round 1, the sweetest of the sweet peppers, just to get your palate ready and go. So roll a con save.
10.
10 passes.
Whoa.
11 passes. What'd you get, Yue?
15.
Yeah, you're good. Easily,
Spicier than I thought it would be.
easily done.
That's all right.
Easily done. I had no doubt in any of you. All right.
Do you have any water?
You get nothing to aid you in this contest.
Oh,
Damn it.
Round 2. Chew it up, kids. All right, here we go. Roll those con saves. That's
20.
okay.
17.
20 definitely passes.
Got 7 this
Dorus!
time.
You're like, something about this one pepper just hits you freaking wrong. You didn't expect the oils to be sticking inside your mouth. It is not dried. It was currently like stuck in your jaws, and it's like right in here, right in your jawbone. And this second pepper doesn't even taste good. It has a little bit of heat, but it's not even tasty.
It's just really bitter and gross. I hate it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's like eating a crab apple with spice. So mark yourself down for 1 loss.
Is it gonna be like death saves?
Pretty much. But the DC does get higher. All right. I see everybody's doing okay. It's okay. I'm good with this. It's gonna ramp up. Let's go. Pepper 3.
Oh god, I bowed out with an 8.
18.
10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Oh, a 10. Okay, so anybody below a 12. Anybody below a 12. You can feel this. This is not good. This is the heat's building. Darus, unfortunately, that last one, this one just kind of adds to it and it kicks that first heat back up. This one doesn't taste bad, but the heat's kicking up. So everybody that rolled under 12 gets 1 loss down. You got a -1.
I'm still standing strong.
Yep. Well, looks like we might have some people about to tap out. Round 4. Round 4. Chew them up.
Oh, 4.
Here we go. Come on.
Okay.
19.
I want to do something
Uh-oh.
because I rolled an 8.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but can I use my cloud rune to transfer the spice to someone else?
No, only because it would be considered cheating.
Okay.
So DC on this one was 15. So anybody below a 15,
You could probably use your cloud rune to like blast flames out your mouth if you want.
that would be cool.
I got a 15.
Okay. Oh, we've already lost 2. Already lost 2. Here we go.
Death saves on
Am I out?
the end.
No, 15 passes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we go at it again, right?
Yeah, you got to pass. So it was 15 and up.
All right. I got 16 this one.
Okay.
Next
So you got a 19 on the last one. So 16 for the next round.
Oh man, this is my competition. I need a good roll. Come on.
Yep. Yeah, you're still in. You have 2.
Oh god, 4 again.
You're done. So round 5.
Owls
You're-
can't handle spice. Owls
do
cannot
this.
handle spice.
I hate spicy food.
Okay,
Surprise,
so I got
surprise.
11.
An 11. That's 2. That's 2 for you. So Lee, you also fail.
Oh my
Are we
god.
doing the fourth one?
Yeah, this is another round.
How many other people are left?
Darus passes.
19.
Well, we're not getting far tonight, are we?
Wait,
We've
this
only
is
got-
con saves.
Yeah.
I've been adding
I'm
the
playing
wrong
con saves,
modifier.
Good job.
So I'm out, right? I'm out.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
what
are
round
out.
are we on?
That was
I'm out,
3.
yeah.
5. I think we're on
Okay.
5.
I totally lost track of where everyone was at.
That's okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. We're already down to 7. No surprise.
7. How many people have these peppers in their homelands?
You know, foreigners never do great on this.
It's not exactly fair for us non-native, like weaker pepper.
You decided to join. This was completely up to you. It was voluntary.
Fair enough. Sorry, continue.
Here we go. How many are we gonna knock out now?
God dang it.
You are not out, EOA, are you?
Wait, hold on. I lost track. So round 4, I succeeded or failed
There's
Got
only
18
3 failures.
for round 5.
because I felt like I rolled twice during one round. Because
You just tell me if you think that you've made 3 failures or not. Oh wow.
because I just rolled an 8.
That's definitely a failure. So we'll count it as 2, because I don't remember you rolling a 3rd.
I had 2 early losses, but I succeeded the last. Well, I don't know about this one, but I got 18 on this last one.
So 4 more drop out. It is only 3 left. Those were really bad. 3 left.
My rolls were the best.
Everybody here is going to take away some gold. It's good to see, good to see. And I still get to keep the spiciest ones, most likely.
Bruce is trying to hide his mouth because he's on fire.
Yeah. Little smoke coming out your ears.
So who's still left in between the 4 of us?
Just you and Dorus.
So one of us has to succeed.
Well, everybody here is going to win gold.
I mean, to
Because-
get the top prize.
Yeah, to get the top prize.
So it's me and Silas and who else? Who's the third
Just
person?
one other person. And it just
What's
happens
the
to be a
random
turtle
A turtle?
who has really, really high fucking constitution. He just kind of looks over at you and
You've been wrong
smiles.
on this one. Oh, God.
Yeah, he just kind of looks over at you, Dorus, and smiles as you're like,
I just give a glare as fire comes out of my nostrils.
so good. You know, we can't all be part dragon.
Intimidation bonus.
Let's see who goes home with 3rd prize. Aww.
19.
19.
I got
So,
11.
Turtle, 6 on the die. He takes a bite and he starts chewing and he's just laughing and like looking at you with a smug look.
That's right.
And then he opens his mouth and like pieces of this pepper just fall out and his eyes start watering and it's just like drool and pepper just falling out of his face. I can't, I'm out. Well, this is a surprise. The 2 foreigners are our last to be here. Dorus, your mouth is on fucking fire. You outlasted the turtle, but just fucking barely.
Boy, I wish I had some of that pain tonic now.
You are going to be paying for this for days. All right. Who's going home with the big prize, kids? Let's see. Chew it up. Gotta swallow
We're
it.
both on our last failure too.
Yeah.
I think he beat me. I only rolled an 11. Are we rolling again?
Yeah. It's the last round. It's just 2 left. There's
I
no
got
knockouts.
D10.
I rolled a 5.
Wow. Dorus, it barely touches your mouth. And because these peppers are not dried, it's just building and building and building. And you take a bite and your teeth barely sink in. And the heat, all of a sudden, it all compounds. Yeah, you are done. Iwe, you barely make it. You see Dorus tapping out and you start chewing. And you know you have to swallow this or you don't get that prize. It is hot. It is fucking fire. It burns as you bite. Your lips are fucking swollen. It's very funny to look at. Your mouth goes numb, but the heat is now in your throat and all the way through your nostrils as you are snorting fucking fire, and it just goes whoosh. So just, snot dripping, but you manage it. You get it.
Handling the wrath of the desert.
Yeah, handling the desert. Surprise, surprise. Well, foreigners, I am very proud of you both. Here is your prize money. 25, 10, and 5 to Mr. Turtle, who was just drooling all over himself.
Yeah, and I unconsciously sort of say, thank you for I think this has been a great competition. Like I can't move my lips or my mouth or my tongue.
You did great. Next time you'll make it to number 10, I promise. It'll be fine. Your trunk is just like drooped over. It just can't even lift. Because you're like breathing the fire through your nose. So good.
I'm Yahweh's just gonna like try to shout like I won, but it's gonna be like so dry and barely heard.
Yes, we're all very, very proud of you. Well done, Lizard
I
Man.
golf that too.
Golf clap. Wee.
I imagine my voice has just gone.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, my
It's
throat
like-
is wrecked.
Yeah, which is great because y'all have to speak in the meeting.
Oh, that's right.
But we're important. Oh shit.
Maybe. You don't have to. So rewind to what I said earlier about the room in the building, and then fast forward to going up to the meeting room. So as you arrive in the meeting room, Mina says, "This is the hall of service. Are you okay? Do you need a hanky?
Wait, what's the whole service?
This is where the three meet.
Who's the
For important
three?
meetings.
Oh,
The three main. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, you need a handkerchief.
Yeah. Hankies all
Okay.
around. Y'all are a little bit EOA and Dormers.
Oh,
You know, I'm fine.
just in case. Yeah, this is the hall of service with the three meet for important meetings, or meetings here in the capital of Sarantor. If there's any meetings that need to be done for the populace, this is where it happens. It is a small, private, octagonal room, of course. On the far wall as you enter are 3 chairs, each designed after the main 3 cities' specialties. Sarantor is wood with vines that slowly creep and bloom along the wood, and like little illusionary butterflies, bees, and small birds will appear and fly around the seat itself. The sheer lumen looks to be made of clouds that dance with the colors of sunset and sparkle with stars. The shale binder is carved from stone. Very simple, utilitarian, and on the back of it, it has a great bird carved along it. The remainder of the room is filled with cushioned chairs on 3-stepped levels. Before every chair on the first step is hovering a plate. The plate looks to be made of some kind of metal, and it's just hovering right there in front of each of the chairs on the main floor. So Mita lets you know that the main floor is for the representatives from all of the different cities that have come to the meeting. Most of them are already seated, and then the last 2 tiers are for people who have been invited to the meeting if they need to speak, or those that have just been invited by the leaders themselves.
so we're sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mita will take a seat beside Fayanti, and she'll explain to you that there doesn't seem to be anybody from Vandir, which is the city in the mountains. They are Kinku, and they generally don't. It could have been a Kinku.
Oh man, I forgot they changed them.
Uh,
All right, never mind. Sorry.
they don't generally come down for any of the meetings unless it's something that they absolutely deem as necessary. Let me see if there was anybody else that wasn't representative of the main areas. No, everybody else is there. So the 3 walk in. 3 themselves, I've described them to you. But as they walk in and everybody kind of gets settled, the room doesn't seem too quiet for these guys. It's not as if it's royalty walking in. This is a place of the hall of service. These people are in places of power, but it's more of a leadership service type role where it's supposed to be. The leader, Balarin from Sarantor, walks in, and he is very, very tall and well built. He looks like a fighter. If he had a sword and a shield, it would not be out of place on him. He has this beautiful illusionary, like little lizard following him, which would be the lizards that you saw, the burrowing lizards over in the ruins. So he kind of has one that just follows him, along with a few little ones that follow along it. Just kind of showing off, what it is they do.
You said illusionary. Is he like purposely looking like glowing or something? Like we know he's illusionary?
He is not, but the creatures.
Okay, so we just think he's a servant or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, he walks in and heads straight towards the wooden chair with the stuff woven, but he's not wearing fine robes. He's wearing very utilitarian clothing, just a standard shirt and not slacks. What do they call back then? Anyway, pants. The only thing you do notice is that he seems to be wearing, pantaloons. He seems to be wearing very, very heavy leather boots, which could very easily have gone with some kind of leather armor, but he's just wearing them as boots now.
Called him illusionary. Why would I know he's illusionary?
It's the creatures that are following him that are illusions. It's the lizards, those really big ones that you saw in the ruins.
Right, but are they like glowing, or like how would I know they're illusions?
They're not quite right. They're a little bit more
like normal people.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're,
Is
they're
the
a little.
detect magic still up?
No, not by now.
Oh, it's gone.
They're more colorful. They're when they walk, it's like they take one step but move two to keep up with him. They're illusions. They're meant to look like illusions. Munderik, the halfling from Shir Lumen, he walks in and you just feel a light breeze kind of flow through the area, and it smells like fresh rain, and a feeling of peace washes over the entirety of the hall. Nope. Ruvar from Shellbinder is, you would expect to be a massive being, as he is a bugbear. But he's not really that much taller than you, Dorus. He comes in, he seems to be much, much older. Much of the fur on his face has gone gray, but he has a very serious, almost scowl to his face. And as you walk, the floor rumbles, kind of like the sound that you made earlier. And you can assume that he's controlling the stone that makes up the building to create this sound, as that is what they do. They are force and elemental magic. They take their seat as everybody kind of takes their seats around them, and somebody just saunters in the middle of the room, waits for the conversations to die down. I will call this meeting to begin. I will leave it to our towns and communities leaders to begin their reports. The floor is all yours. We will be recording and projecting. Thank you all. And this person just walks away. His little raccoon folk seems to be the announcer. So they go back and sit down and let the people have their words. So the first person to come forward is Fayanti. Or to stand is Fayanti and Mita. They stand, and they both place their hands on their plates. And as they do, you kind of feel a small pulse of energy throughout the room. Fayanti will say, "Our attacks have gotten much, much worse. Last night was the worst that it has ever been. I don't know if it was the same way for everybody else in the valley, but I'm surprised that we didn't have anybody not make it. The night before, we lost one of our friends, one of our people who have been on the watch since it began. We can't keep doing this. We need help from one of the families. I don't care which one it is, or we need to find a solution." Mita speaks up. "Well, I think I might have a possible solution. Maybe not a solution, but people to bring forth to discuss the events that have been happening, and they might have an answer, or at least a partial answer that we can all work together to figure out some way to fix what's going on." And she just kind of looks back to you all. They came here on a pilgrimage on their own, without any prompting or on the annual pilgrimage, and they've done wondrous things. And she'll briefly explain what happened in the ruins in Chris. And everybody in the room, you just kind of hear a gasp. The three look at each other and nod. It's not their turn to speak. I want them to speak with you once everybody has had their accounting. But I think they're very important to what's going on here, and they need to be given a chance. Thank you. And she'll sit down as long with Fayante. So you hear reports from around the valley. The most outlying areas will have the same reports. The last one to report is going to be Zasariak from Teknil. I have nothing else to report. We have not had any more afflicted, but there's nothing else I can add to this entire conversation. We have also had an increase in attacks. However, I would like, if we are allowed, to ensure everybody here understands the importance, and not just us that are in the outlying areas, of those that we have lost to the affliction. I will start. Mikiel. He was just a simple farmer. No reason, no rhyme or reason, nothing that he should have had this affliction. He wasn't different from anybody else. He was just one of us. Dianka, a child. She was the first afflicted from our settlement. A beautiful child who no longer has a life to live. Stephus, a friend of the Shalebinders, nonetheless. He was there, working for us, helping us build some new barriers for the floods. Tatiana, a human. This crosses lines of all kinds, people. She has been afflicted, the latest. And she was an alchemist. There has to be something to tie these people together, and nobody here has an answer, and we need answers now. Are we just supposed to lose our entire towns? It doesn't affect you, does it? It affects Tiknal and Hafen. And he'll look over to Fayante. Fayante will stand. Starly. Not but a child. My brother, Glenty. Alexa. Himmelin, also a child. Assessio, also a child. No connection between any of them. You have a Vulpin, a raccoon folk, another Vulpin, a Furbolg, and a human. Nothing that we can find ties any of these together. And I agree, we do need answers. Zasariak stands up again. Somehow these creatures and the affliction are tied together, and it has to do something with the last pilgrimage. I told you then that there was something off with the Tabaxi, and he shouldn't have been allowed to the temple. Munderic of Shirlumen stands. And as he does, a wave of aggravation flows out from him over the entire meeting. It's not quite contagious, but it's close. No one has been denied to the temple of the first one since time told. We cannot turn away someone seeking knowledge or enlightened because of a feeling, Zasarak. Your sensitivities mean nothing to the families and communities that this is affecting. We are the bulwark against the creatures. We are the towns, families, and communities afraid of the next morning and who will be afflicted next. Ruvar, the Shalebinder, stands. Zas is right. Just because we may not have the ability to manipulate emotion does not mean that the instincts of our citizens should be overlooked when such matters arise. Zas has never once spoken out against any visitor and his words should have been considered more seriously at the time. Now, the leader from Sarentor. Perhaps we should have, and perhaps you are correct. Now, Sasriak. However, we do not have the abilities of the first ones to go back and correct a mistake. We come together now and find a solution. Mita has been kind enough to bring us a possible part of an answer. What do we know about the afflicted? Is there any kind of similarity which ties them together that we may have overlooked? There has to be a common denominator here. What
Did it happen? Didn't it happen when all of them slept?
Yes. What, if anything, was done at the temple of the first ones when the last pilgrimage was here? And the conversation will go on. Bruvar from the Shalebinders will say that they've studied the stones many times and been unable to find any altercations that were made. Mundarik,
Explain what happened at the temple
they don't know.
with the Tabaxi.
They don't know. They just, so it seems that Zasariak from Ticknell had a feeling about this Tabaxi. It was just like an intuition that they should not be allowed at the temple. And he will insist that they need to have some kind of like a way to ask the people who come on the pilgrimage questions, because it started right after they came.
Do they name this Tabaxi?
They do not. They do not. Not in the conversation. The Mundarik from Sherlumen will pretty much wrap up the conversation, calming everybody's emotions. I understand. If we do not take care of this, Intora will hear about this and intervene. We will lose our freedom from their interference. We do need to handle this. We're just not sure how. The floor will now be open for any suggestions that have not already been brought to the Hall of Services. So Mita will look back to you all expectantly. If you wish to share any insights you have.
I have a question, but I don't know how to word it.
Okay. If y'all have questions, you're more than welcome to ask.
Didn't it all take place while they were sleeping?
Yes. They all awoke but never truly awoke.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is there another realm or another place potentially that people go to when they sleep?
Mundarik from Sherlumen, of course, will answer your query. There is a place that we believe that people can go when they sleep, but not everyone has that capability.
Maybe all these people did. Maybe that's what they share.
How do we test that theory? Are you able to do?
Thor's butts in and says, "But we fight enemies on wall, and we were not sleeping when we guarded wall. They were coming at us directly."
I'm talking about the affliction, not the creatures that attack.
Oh, you think it's a separate thing? Okay.
No, I think it may be related, obviously, but clearly people not waking up from being asleep or waking up different is vastly different than being attacked by other monsters, but they may be related. We had a run-in a while back with weren't we all approached in nightmares or in dreams?
For what?
In the original thing.
We were all
Like a week.
attacked in our dreams, and we chose to fight it or not.
Yes, all of us we fought a battle in our dreams. And I'll tell them the name of the heroes. And when we awoke, we were told to come here.
And I would add that we fought a similar battle from the Hayfin Tavern when we were sleeping there.
So what if they fall asleep and they lose that battle and they get stuck?
Well, I don't know of any of these people that you speak of. But what battles would they fight? They're just normal, regular, everyday people and children.
What if something is making stuff like nightmare mites more active or something similar in the same realm of magic?
That could be something that we could test for, perhaps. But how do we stop it?
Mention the Temple of the First Ones. Perhaps something has been corrupted there.
We have looked over it many times, but from what Mita says, you might have a different insight.
Was anything taken?
Not that we've been able to find. And Mundrick kind of nods over to Bruvar. He has checked him, and all the people, all of his Shieldbinders, have gone over the place millimeter by millimeter, and they haven't found anything out of place.
Durs asks, have any of the afflicted, have they done anything that is evil or malicious?
Fanti looks back at you suddenly, whips his head around. My brother was a hero. He was on watch one night with his brother-in-law, and when the creatures first started coming, we didn't understand their power, you see, and the brother-in-law didn't make it through the night. But he didn't kill the man. But he did blame himself for it, that he wasn't able to protect him.
So what I know is these monsters come from outside the valley coming to the cities in valley. And what I also know is that people that are taken are of pure virtue, let's say.
Zasriak,
So can I guess that
Zasriak. Yeah, he gets up and turns around to face you all. I know the history of a couple of our folk that are afflicted. Dianka, one of the children, she lost both her parents and her two siblings during a camping expedition. They died to these creatures, and she was found 6 days later within the woods. Stephus, he would work 14-hour days and just nonstop to prevent floods. And it was because his previous wall had failed, and a family was lost within the flood. Fanti, Temlin, it seems pretty trivial now, but shortly before he was afflicted, they had a litter of puppies, and they were about, I don't know, 10 weeks old, and he took them swimming, and 3 of them drowned.
Oh, so that's a correlation. They all suffered from some degree of guilt. They were all feeling...
This evil feeds on tragedy.
Right. They were all feeling vulnerable. Guilty.
Oh, we've never really thought about that.
So, problem solved. Just nobody feel guilty.
It must
Just
be
kidding, obviously.
Maybe at your age it's easy, but we have all lived very long lives.
Fair enough. So,
Knowledge is power. We must learn how to fight these spirits or whatever is coming into the valley.
it just sounds like this valley needs a really good psychologist. We just need to we need to hire a shrink for the entire valley.
So I'm listening here, listening to what everybody's saying.
We already had one, but they're really guilty, so they're dead now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't. Did I see that? I don't think it's.
This entire valley needs therapy.
Yeah.
We got. I don't know, for me, like. So are we looking at circular room, or is this like?
Yeah, so it is like
Yeah.
everybody's in concentric rings outside of the 3 chairs.
Okay.
And there's kind of like a space in the center. It just gives enough space for everybody to be able to turn around and look at each other.
Dorus is writing in his notebook this entire time. He's like sketching things that people are talking about and everything else.
I think everybody, I don't know, everybody feels some point or another they might have made the wrong choice, or they feel guilty by something they did, or regrets. I don't know. We have to find the source of this corruption. And whenever somebody does something, this unknown force puts this person into a nightmare that they have to either survive or succumb. And then that happens. They don't. So we just gotta find this corruption, the source of it. I don't know. I mean,
Is it possible it's an aura?
could be.
Like the guy that the Tabaxi that came, you said you didn't trust him. Did it seem like he emanated some type of magic, or
Is it a he or she?
he or she? Yes.
It's called them. It's called them.
Zas stands up again. It was a she. Are you going to ask the question, EOA?
What was the name of this tabaxi?
They
And
said they didn't
describe her
know.
appearance.
They didn't say it. They didn't say it earlier. No, they didn't say it earlier. They didn't mention her name.
That was me asking.
Yeah. The name she gave was Savelle. Whether or not that's her true name, or if she really is even as Tabaxi, are 2 different things. She just wasn't right.
You, I guess, everyone here around me,
EOA.
you hear under my breath, I just say Luigra.
What?
Do you
What
have
did
a
you say?
cool? What did you say?
Yeah, what did you say? What is that? A name?
It is the word for deceiver.
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 So I was right. You've met this person. How long ago?
I imagine it was a few weeks ago, right?
Maybe?
I feel like it was like 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I met her about first a few months ago. We since parted ways a few weeks prior to this moment.
And where was it that you met her?
On the other side of the mountains, at my home. She stole something from me.
The timeline adds up. If she was to pass through the mountains, it's quite a travel. It may very well be the same. I told you we should not have trusted her.
Would you have met her?
What was that?
Yeah.
You have met this Seville.
I have.
I feel like
No, I think
you
it
should
was,
know more about her.
It was a person from town talking, right?
Yeah, it would have been Zasariak. He's the leader of Techno. The
Yeah, I'm
turtle.
asking him if he knows Seville.
Techno. Yes, I met her. We meet all the pilgrims that come in. She seemed a little too pious for a simple pilgrim. Almost religiously fanatical. And Dorus would know there really isn't religion, so to say, to have any kind of fanatics like that. The stuff that you study from distant past, maybe, but that, like, people worship, ideas of deities, not actual deities, so there's nothing to be fanatical about.
Yeah, but I'm more interested in, obviously, Yahweh knows this person, knows her, and obviously she's been here. So I'm curious what the connection is between those two events.
Bruvar from Shalebinder. Sir, I don't know your name. He's looking at you, EOA.
My name is Yahweh.
Yahweh. If you have any information about this person, please do share.
She stayed with us for about a month. During that time, she was learning about the secrets of my home in the Vareki Sands. And then, one night, a fight broke out. She absconded with an artifact of unknown power or origin. And that is, I've been tracking her.
I am going to call this meeting to a close, as we will continue this privately. If need be, we will meet again tomorrow to hear the rest of anybody else's issues within the hollow. And the raccoon folk who originally started the meeting will come in, and they wave their hands. And as they do, this meeting has come to a close. If need to be, we will continue tomorrow. Thank you everybody for joining us. Please be sure to leave any notes or any issues that need to be addressed within the boxes that are available. Thank you very much. And he completes waving his hands, and you feel like an infusion of power just kind of drift in, and you can imagine that the projection downstairs probably ended. I'm going to ask everybody who is not pertinent to this conversation, please leave the room for now, and if there are any reports that need to be made, we will be sure to share those with everybody. So all of the visitors, except you guys, and Zasariak and Fayanti and the three stay with you.
And Mita stay with us?
If you wish, she can stay. You know, insist, they will allow her to stay.
Okay, sorry, it's just for my own brain. I have Mundrik of the Shurlemen, Hruvar of the Shellbinder. Who's the third one?
Valoran of the
Was that typed
Lightweavers.
out in the Discord?
Did I paste a
Yeah,
different
I
one?
copied down on my notes. Yeah. Valoran Fog River. Are they all men?
They are.
Okay, yeah, they have M's next to them.
They are.
Oh, Balaran. Okay. I just have my notes all messed up. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. This will
Thanks,
be
Derek.
this is scripted, so it will be in the thing. Not this part. What was this item of power?
I do not know.
So, Mundrik looks over to you, as they do have the library of knowledge here. Takes a deep breath trying to calm himself, and you kind of feel as he exhales a little bit of that, emanate through everybody. I know a bit about the Iraqi, and it is, from my understanding, one of the lost ways. That knowledge has been written down in very vague terms. Was the item... Did the item include some of the writing and the runic power from the Varaki?
I imagine it did.
Well, I think that you would find the Temple of the First One's a very interesting place to visit.
I think we all want to visit this. It's very interesting to all of us.
Well,
Perhaps I can find something that you've missed.
from what Mita had told us, you have found a way to see the runes in action and the other writing in its weave in action. I hate to admit that none of us here can do that. If it is possible for you to do the same at the Temple of the First Ones, I would like you all to take a look.
If you would like a demonstration, I can provide one.
Oh, look. Yeah. Yes, a demonstration of your understanding would be greatly appreciated. As we have already allowed one person, not that we don't trust you. Mita has great faith in you, and we have great faith in Mita. But yes, that would be very kind.
I will go ahead and get some chalk and write the hold rune on the floor.
Okay. Mita just smiles knowingly.
Nimu, would you like to step within the circle? Pun intended.
Can I volunteer? Please? I saw it work, but I think it would be better if it was a person outside of your group.
Very well.
Promise not to leave me there the whole time?
No, it'll only be a few seconds.
Okay, so she walks in. She will purposely fail the save. She's like, oh, this is so exciting! And just stops. And her eyes are looking around with like this half smile on her face. Well,
Just waiting for the other reaction.
He seems to have a great knowledge of the runes. In this, yes. So,
Break
Mundarik,
it.
okay, Mundarik walks over as soon as you break it, and Vita's like, exciting! Woo! That's invigorating. Okay. Won't probably volunteer for that again. So Munderik walks over and looks down at the runes. The circle that was broken on the outside, but of course the hold rune is the main rune on the center. Well, that looks familiar. Yes, I think a trip to the first one, the temple, is important. We'll go. So they will take you to the temple. And we have 20 minutes left, and it is probably a full session worth of shit. But I will say,
Wait.
as you leave, you are guided from the space. You are not taken through the public. You are not taken through the public areas. You are taken across one of the bridges to one of the outer lying buildings that will take you across the bridge and over to the Temple of the First Ones. It is a, it seems to be a, they don't want anybody to know that you're going. So there will be some illusion cast to hide everybody. And every so often you will be able to be, like dimension doored a little bit further. And as you get close, you now see what may have once been buildings, but now look more like mesas that are towering above you. And as you're getting closer, you can see small peaks of ancient buildings that have been worn down with time. But they are in much better shape and much more, what's the word? They're just in much better shape. And you can tell that that was a tower that looks like it was, like some kind of great wall that went around whatever was up there. And as you're looking at the sides of these, you see stones jutting out, almost as if these mesas were built at one time and were purposefully turned into these beautiful grassed and like small flowering plants were put on the sides of these to make them look more natural and part of the landscape. And in front of you, you see a massive stairwell that takes you all the way up to the top. It snakes back and forth, and it is a very, very long trek. But it is part of the journey. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Is the architecture similar to what I know?
The architecture is, from the little bit that you can see, it is, has a resemblance, but it also has a resemblance solely to to the buildings within Wolfden Falls.
I was gonna ask that next.
Yeah. It is all very, very similar. Though, of course, each one has its own unique styling to the peoples that lived there. And it'll be getting late as y'all get up there.
Finally take that long rest.
Oh, you're not getting a long rest.
Not yet. I'm saying we'll finally be able to, maybe.
Hey, if you want to sleep up there.
Well, we had one before the fight, right?
You did have one before the fight.
Look, why don't you just fly up to the top of the building and fucking take a rest on the perch up there?
Yeah, you can get up there. You can get up there before
Take a
everybody.
shit on people walking
This
in.
has been a really long day, though. I agree.
It has been a long day. It has been.
It's been a long, 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Just,
Y'all have just been pushed through the ringer on this. But I will say, as you climb, this power that you have felt, that wavering of the bind, it's almost like a physical vibration in your body the closer you get to the top. Whatever the power is that suffuses this area, you are getting closer and closer to the center of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be fun. It will
It'll be fun and exciting and super really Can't wait to see what the next
I need
the next chapter
Bear
is.
I want to
Oh.
learn everything.
Yes, what is Berjax? The was
You bear jackets, I think, really.
What'd you say,
what was
Sully?
Berjax? What was Berjax? Was Berjax second? Was he there, or was he like what's or?
I think I just like in my brain he was normal Jack's just attending the meeting.
Oh god.
Oh, I forgot that.
Right.
Yeah, so strangely enough, there is a magic as you enter, like it's a barrier magic as you enter the hall of
Yeah.
service
Yeah.
that he could not get through. He could
Oh,
not
so he
get
was
through.
just outside the whole time.
He was not part of the meeting
Oh no.
for whatever reason. Yeah, he could not
That
enter.
sucks.
He probably wouldn't be able to understand anything in bear form anyway.
Yeah.
Is that
I
true?
don't. Just like honestly, as all of us as a party, I don't think we would like purposely go on without him, knowing that he was with us at least in, like coming along on the ride or coming out on the outside of the town or whatever.
Yeah, if you wanted to, if you told the three that you wanted him to be part of the group, as he was part, like a massive part of what y'all had done, then they would have him collected.
Because I think we always continue as group of pilgrims, not just a singular pilgrims. We all go together. We need our friend Bear. Bear, Jack's friend, to come with us.
We will have him collected, I assure you.
Have him collect.
But I would like to know why he was not allowed into the room. It's quite important.
Because he has trouble controlling his, let's say, temper. I don't know how the word works, but
He's a druid, but he doesn't know he's a druid, and he doesn't know how it works.
he's very good bear, though.
He's very loyal.
I don't think that would be the reason that he wouldn't be allowed in the Hall of Service.
Excellent fighter, yes.
We shall
Maybe
see.
there's
Thank you,
something
Keegan.
more to our bear friend than we knew.
I have high hopes one day to ride him into battle, but he doesn't seem open to it yet.
Like Vladimir Putin, as you should.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
The
The foods
It was.
and the games and
Yeah.
the trade. You making money on your mom's stuff, kind of shady as shit. But I will allow it.
I'm starting a fucking business.
It's endless.
No,
Make sure for the good brain stuff.
that's true. Eventually, I'd want to hire somebody to like recreate it so that I could sell it specifically. Well, it's true.
Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, that's cool, baby.
No, it's bummer.
Well, Jax, let me write him.
Jax's new computer or
That's
Caitlin's
an
new
elephant
computer.
riding a bear. Like this has to be. This
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to
yeah.
be-
Well,
And
it's a
why
thing.
Why did it censor that?
Ride him, I guess, is like the term that was
ride him,
X'd
yeah.
out. It's so funny. I only have that on for not us people.
I get censored so much on your channel.
You do!
Try to be the most wholesome person ever. I am never trying to do any crazy stuff, and I
You're-
get censored all the time.
Your internal like middle schooler like understands
No,
what needs to be
I'm
said
not
to be
even lying.
censored.
That's how I just. Like,
Oh, I
my
know.
brain doesn't complex like, oh, I shouldn't say bitch or something. Like
Yeah. Cussing is allowed. Which is funny.
yeah,
Yes.
it's just crazy. But
Ride
I say,
him.
Like, what is crazy combination of words that gets me censored?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like
How-
the most obscure innuendos.
It's what it is.
Feel like I got a ballpoint pen. Somehow it has ball in the word, so
Yeah. So you're
Censored.
censored. Oh, it's so good though. So good. All right. So everything I had for session 7 is already in the. Oh, I have to do the fucking things. Okay. Tacos. Watch the rundown with everyone.
Tacos.
Awesome.
Hello.
Who was tacos?
Keegan. So KG is my son.
Oh, cool.
He had tacos for dinner.
I do like
Yeah.
tacos.
Tacos
Oh,
are fucking amazing.
I almost
Yeah.
had tacos tonight.
Oh man, that sounds really good actually.
ate them all, I bet. We had tacos not long ago. It was freaking delicious.
Oh, it sounds so good. What do you guys put for taco? What do you guys?
What do I? Everything I can get my hands on. I always cook the meat with lots and lots of mixed peppers and onions. Always sour cream. I have to have sour cream for tacos. All the sour cream.
I make a lot of tacos at home as well. But my favorite, like when I go out to get tacos, is the ones that they have the shredded beef with the juices like dripped on the beef.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
My favorite are probably the street tacos, which is just like really well seasoned beef, cilantro,
Yes.
and onions, and that's all it is. But they're delicious.
I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And then if you want spice,
yeah.
you put like the stupid crazy hot sauce on it.
I rarely put hot sauce on my tacos.
Yeah, I don't like putting sauces or anything. I like it like that, like cilantro and the beef and the onions, grilled onions. It's so good. I like it simple. I like my tacos simple.
If I make them at home,
honestly, there's no bad taco.
that's true.
That's true. That's true.
Corn tortillas only. I like flour.
I love flour.
I'm a basic
There's
white
a place
bitch.
for both, I think. I like
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, I like street tacos have to have corn, but I get it.
Yeah.
I do like corn tortillas better.
Yeah, I was like the Keegan. So something that's really, really weird here is there is no Hispanic culture.
Nope.
Like zero. I think the Hispanic
You have
is
a better.
like 1% of our population here. It's so
If
weird.
you drove like 20 minutes into Missouri, you would meet some Hispanics for sure.
Mm. Yeah, corn tortillas cooked in coconut oil, so good. Yeah, when I make them at home, I put a lot of stuff on them because I just use regular like taco mix, right? So it's just ground beef. But if I'm going out and I'm having like seared steaks and that kind of stuff, I want grilled onions and sliced avocado and lots and lots and lots of cilantro. I love cilantro. I don't think Keegan likes cilantro at all. Pretty sure he hates cilantro, or somebody hates cilantro.
I'm definitely compensating with my character. I can't handle spice in real life.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't either. Yeah.
Really?
We need.
No, I'll be in the bathroom.
you
for
love it?
days.
I'm the same way.
Like you
That'd be a
like
quick
it,
trip
I
too.
just can't- my body can't handle it.
No, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't mind like the face burning, all that stuff. But it's like when I have to go to the bathroom the next day, then I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm never eating that again.
Me and my neighbor went to farmer's market weekend before last weekend, and
No.
I saw like all these homemade or homegrown peppers, and it was just these bundles of mixed peppers, and they had like a super hot, a hot, and then it like went down to like mild and not hot and sweet. And I was like, oh, you said you're going to make me like hot jelly or hot jalapeno relish, hot relish. And she was like, yeah, buy some. So I bought the hot, not the super hot, but like the hot box. And she made me the hot relish. And it is so fucking good. Hold on, I gotta show y'all this jar. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I go to the farmer's market maybe every other weekend, but they have several different salsa vendors. And I have kind of like my favorite one, and they have like several different levels of heat and different peppers and stuff. And so I'm always trying to like find the one that I like.
Spice for me is interesting. I love the taste of ghost peppers and I suffer for it. I don't like those peppers.
Oh no, so spicy.
Isn't it beautiful?
Whoa.
Yeah, I like the heat, but I also want flavor. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah, habanero is about the highest
I
I'll
was just
go.
telling you, I don't want to like regret it the next day.
I don't really go high, but maybe like paprika or chipotle. I don't know. I don't really go. My dad does zero. My dad starts coughing very badly with any sort of spice, so I don't really.
That one's
Yeah.
really good.
Silas, if
Yeah.
you need to spend your channel points, y'all can have a point of inspiration. If you want to spend your channel points.
You can't give yourself inspiration. We ruled this last week.
Okay, well then I'll give it free. I was gonna give y'all a point anyway for free.
I still have one from like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So,
This is my max.
Just
I
like
love
channel
habanero.
points.
How
we
much?
haven't done that many rolls lately, honestly, in the last couple of games.
Last session there was quite a few rolls. This one not so much. All the fireballs, pew pews. Yeah.
Yeah, last session was not bad, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't many. Yeah, there weren't many this session. Next session, however, y'all need to fucking like sacrifice something to your dice for next session.
I should use my inspiration.
I don't know
on
what to
spice roll.
do.
That would have been a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
This session,
that's
half
good.
the time, my dice were actually pretty good.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But yeah, next session, there's going to be a lot of figuring shit out. So y'all will have to come up with ways to help each other, to give each other like advantage.
I'm for the
And-
big brain.
Yeah, it's gonna be big brain figuring shit out. And then your dice are just gonna need to be hot. That's all I gotta say. For that and other things.
I got good helper spells, so hopefully I can.
Plus the dwarf.
Yeah, I have advantage on throwing and lifting things, so
Really?
if we had a dwarf, I think I could toss him. But
That's
I
hilarious.
can.
You could toss me like a little missile.
yeah, we
I
can only
can turn
fly,
into
why do
a
I need to
giant.
toss you?
I can turn into a giant, and I have advantage on strength checks.
I mean, if y'all need to toss somebody over some walls, y'all got that handled.
Yeah, are you
One-
are you type small? If so, I can probably toss you a long ways.
Nemu
I'm
is.
small. Yeah.
Jax could turn into something small.
True.
So you could launch the Yeet Ferret.
That's perfect. I like that.
The
Yeah.
chariot.
Yes, eat it.
the Yeet Ferret. So my dream, guys, is to have Keegan one day play in a game with us.
That'd be so cool.
Because that would be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Can make this a 6-person game, except he's got like a real life, like 9 to 5er now.
Yeah.
And we play late.
Oh, the old 9 to 5.
I know.
Fun game though. That was really good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. How small is
Yeah.
Nemu? Jax might be able to bird form, enlarge and carry him.
3 feet.
He's an owl. So
I can enlarge myself, actually. I have
Yeah,
an
I'm 3 feet
ability
up.
that just makes me a large creature.
yeah. So that could be a thing that happens. You need to breach a wall. You can just toss an EOA. EOA.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to say EOA because it's just fast.
Anyway,
EOA.
Your way, my way, your way.
I'm telling reduce and large would be so good in y'all's freaking tool belts. Later. Whole party just
So,
bypassed
what do you
this.
do?
True.
reduce me, and then
Toss
throw
you.
me, throw me,
Yeah, but
and then
there's
I can
second level
enlarge
spells. That's
myself.
so many spell slots blasted.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I if you can convince me as an elephant man that wants to do this to you, then I'll do it. But it's like I said, it's so many spell slots wasted on this, so it's got to be good.
Attack on Titan, that bitch. Yeah, for sure.
Thinking. Just
it's
enlarge
the-
my giant form.
Yeah. Oh my god. That would be
Yeah, if you're already
crazy.
big, then I make you bigger. Like, does that count?
I think
I
so.
think so. I think they stack.
Yeah. Well, I don't
That's
think
part
it.
of the
I don't
fun
know
of
if it
enlarge-
does.
I think
if
it-
you
Oh.
are smaller than large, you become large.
I just got a great idea for a
My
shop.
spell
cap.
just says the target doubles in all dimensions. So if you're already like large, then I
Yeah,
make
you know, you
double
can't cast
large.
the same. You can't. I don't think you can cast the same spell on somebody, but I'm pretty sure that those two things will stack.
Can I open a shop and cast in large on people's members?
I like how you said that so
We're getting
PG.
into the nitty gritty of D&D right now.
Yeah. This is.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's a service not too many people get to supply.
But it's
How
the
long does
whole
it
creature.
last?
It's not just a part of the creature.
That would be the problem. I'd have to perfect it down to just a part of the creature.
No, what you
I mean,
do is you
Practice enough,
cast
maybe your
Arc
DM will
Skin.
give you an exception.
I mean, we do have some crazy ass fucking
If-
mechanics in this game. However, I will say I would much rather you like just create because you have already Advil or whatever that
Yeah.
you just create Viagra.
Oh yeah, I could do that. But I'd have to find the already, like the potion already or the elixir, you know.
That would
I'm
be
just
hilarious.
saying, like, there's a great business opportunity in this. I feel like
What happens if you cast Bark Skin?
on a member, man,
Ribbed for their pleasure.
it's true. You wouldn't need a condom.
This
That's
is a
what would
real
happen.
stretch. This is a real stretch.
It's a real stretch. Oh my god, these are the real conversations that actually happen.
This is what matters about D&D.
It is, it is, it is.
It's the right moment where we're all tired enough that our brains are broken.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. I am freaking exhausted. Like
Also,
my eyes.
Since we're talking about it, I just have to ask if he
My
can
hands,
enlarge
right?
himself as a like action or whatever, and then I enlarge him again. Is he like
Yes,
he
would be.
double big?
What's
I
after
will
giant
become
again?
the Tarrasque.
Yeah, he'd be like, what's after large? Humongous?
Huge.
Huge. Yeah, he'd be huge. He'd be considered huge.
So like 20 by
That's
20
what she's-
feet?
It's really
No,
big.
it's 15. 15 by 15.
That's what my character is going to do. Make it
Double,
really
double.
big and huge.
Oh, it's doubled? So then I'll become gargantuan.
Yeah, target size doubles in all dimensions. So if you're 10 by 10, you become 20 by 20.
Ooh, if somebody
That's
named
huge.
it,
That's
would
like
they be able to?
fucking building size.
That's
somebody
the size
gave a
of
name to it?
Tarrasque.
Like if somebody named their member Dave, would that count as a person?
No,
And then I can enlarge the person.
no, you're done.
Yeah.
I think it has to have a sentient mind.
Well, some would argue they do. Some would argue.
Nemu's sex shop conundrums.
No, obviously I wouldn't. Yeah, he definitely. So there's a couple things he does want to do while we're in the city. Nothing like that.
I will not participate in this, but okay.
No, it's just normal shit. You guys will find out.
Normal.
Normal. Yeah, we can do that after the Temple of the First Ones because you will have to make it back to town eventually. And then whatever else y'all guys want to explore in the Hollow, let me know. I know you do want to go to the library. I know Jax and or Roos specifically want to go to the library. A eunuch. Yeah, seriously.
I thought we were going to the temple.
No, but like after that whole event.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, if we ever get to Shirlumen, I got buku questions.
Okay.
I did have
So-
a question about the Kenku place. Like,
Okay.
do they have enough defense against the creatures in the mountains?
So these kinds of questions could be asked on your way to the temple.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
They don't need to. They don't fight them. They just hide. The creatures themselves, if left alone, will just make their way to the temple. But then they cause chaos. So that is why all of the outlying areas are tasked with keeping them from the inner cities. They become more and more erratic the closer they get to the temple.
And we have a hard task ahead of us,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. But I hope that I've been able to like wrap everybody's stories into this well. Like obviously not everybody's stories are going to be wrapped up and for a very long
Yeah.
time, but hoping to make it important for everybody.
Yeah. One day the Kingston will come back and I'm just going to like ugly cry when it happens.
I hope Jax is back next week, or I'm gonna send him my computer.
I know.
So
Nail
you
it.
know what the worst part about it is? He bought a Mac, so Tailspire won't work.
Oh,
No, why?
For his voice stuff.
yeah.
So like there is some stuff that works on Steam, but I'm pretty sure Tailspire's not one of them.
No. You're wishing and you're living on dreams if you're trying to work Steam on a Mac.
Yeah, well, so they have a client for it now that they have
Yeah, but like I've heard
Yeah,
like
most of the
80%
games
are all busted and broken.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's better now with the new versions of Metal, but like it's so limited and there's such a small like
Well, with all PC games are written on 64-bit architecture, and he's going on this new ARM architecture from some other
Right.
crazy stuff. So it's
well
like,
that's the thing is his other option. I recommended the Mac Studio because the other option is an iMac it's an i7, but it was in 2020.
10 years ago or whatever, yeah.
It's discontinued, right? So then you get no support in like 2 years when they what do
You're gonna
they call
buy a
it?
new
Amelia?
Mac, yeah.
What did they call it? Legacy, or what did they call that when they were so old that they no longer supported?
Oh, they were considered
Vintage.
vintage. They were vintage.
That's right. They were vintage. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
When your shit hit vintage, you weren't getting support at
Yeah,
all.
but there's
Apple hates Intel because they can make their own processors now. So
But
they don't
there
care
is-
what Intel now.
there's
That makes
one
sense.
level. There's one level below vintage.
Oh, is
That Apple, yes, the term is obsolete.
Deprecated.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
A shitstorm.
Obsolete. That sounds about right.
Pile of crap. Well, because he
But
was going to the
his PC
Apple
was
store.
already like 8 years behind the grade, but
Oh, yeah. His PC is like 11 or 12, 10 or 11 years old.
Whoa.
his PC was way back.
It's a second or third gen i7. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
ancient.
Mine's a
So-
third gen or first gen as well. Or
Yeah.
like from 2011, and it's still
So-
chugging. So
So there's a lot of stuff I think that like Discord will work. Like there's a lot of stuff that'll work on it, but yeah. So we're gonna have to figure that out with.
Good luck to him. If he's not here next week, though, like I said, I'll send him a PC. I don't care.
Seriously. I should have just sent him my laptop and be like, here, dude. Yeah, that whole story is crazy, but
Yeah, moral of the story, we all miss Jax. I wish he was here.
yeah. Yeah, I think he said it would be a couple of weeks before it was delivered.
Super PC. Yeah, he's expecting a couple of weeks, which sucks. And he wouldn't have been allowed in that room no matter what. It would have been a split
As a
party.
player, no, but if he just like shapeshifted out of it, right? No, because
No,
he's a
there's something
druid,
about
he's
his there's
allowed
something
in.
about his background we don't know.
There's something
There's
about his
something about his
background he
back-
doesn't know.
That, or yeah.
No one knows but you.
That would have been an interesting story point, though.
Yeah,
You got
for
some
sure.
Iyawi lore.
Yeah, did get some
Alright, well-
Yahweh lore. Yeah,
I like
yeah,
you gave us a good reason to write him out of this session, so that's good.
yeah. It would have been a very interesting conversation to get him into that room.
Just imagine the bear running into an imaginary barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I sound like a basset hound.
Well, I had 3 encounters up ready for you guys, by the way.
Bad. I would probably stay out there with him, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he would have been able to talk himself in. It would have just been a conversation that had to have been had, and he may have had to confront something that he didn't want to confront. So,
Ball.
Well, hopefully he's with us in the future.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Discord won't be an issue, and I think he's going to be using his other monitor. I don't know what the webcam situation is.
Yeah, I mean, if the worst is we don't have an Intel Spire, that's fine.
That should be, everything else should work. Like DnD Beyond will work. You know, Discord will work. He'll just have to do.
Yeah. Most of the
you
stuff
know-
is a web page anyway, so.
He'll just have to do what's it called? Theater of the Mind for combat.
I say if we can't get him next week, we can do like a random encounters.
Okay.
Yeah, give us an encounter like along the way or something, just bullshit while we wait for him or whatever. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I can make that happen. Because what
Yeah.
happens? What happens to those monstrosities if they don't get stopped around the borders?
Because like a part of me wants to maybe have an encounter next session, but I also just want to explore everything about the temple.
me too. Me too.
For sure. I know Nemo will be super interested to do it. So
So I have 3 combats made.
QPP.
So I've got plenty within the temple, and
What a
I will-
coincidence. I have 3 machine gun spells ready to get. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, I know, right? And
I summon AK-47.
yeah, they're yeah, that it will be very, very interesting.
No, I learned long ago, don't tempt the DM.
Don't tempt me. And there's so why is my campaign so working? Enlarge the AK. All right, copy link. But yeah, so there is stuff that is ready, and I can definitely make sure that some of these monstrosities make them or come down to keep you from the place, because that is easily made a thing. I just have to decide what to do with the 3.
I agree with you though. I think if Rex doesn't come back in like a week or 2, we should definitely like do side stuff together. Like still have a campaign going, but like don't do any major story stuff until he comes back, right?
Yeah.
That seems fair. Like we can still do stuff without him, but just nothing crazy important, right?
Yeah, that was a brilliant idea. The random encounters. Keegan, I'm sending you a Facebook message. It's easier when I'm on my computer. It's just a random campaign I made. But you should have access to all of my content.
We could also do like a random one-shot quest, just in one of the random towns.
Oh, do y'all want to do a flashback?
Oh,
Yes, flashback time.
Okay.
That could work.
Yeah, we can do a flashback.
Yeah,
that'd be a good way to kill a session.
Yeah.
Well,
So we can reverse time and say that the meeting went late, so everybody is going to the temple in the morning.
yeah, because Nemo would want to go back into town to get something for.
Okay.
I wanted to buy a magnet in town.
Okay, that's easy.
Or get a compass.
Okay. Yeah, that would be easy enough. Actually, I think there is a gold value to a compass.
I think so. Yeah, I remember looking it up at one.
I'll have to find it, but I'm pretty sure there was one.
There is an adventurer's compass, but I think that's a magic item. Oh, I can use it. This magic item, I can use it as a light spell, granting me advantage on wisdom survival checks made to determine location and direction. Huh.
That's interesting. No, you get a basic pitch compass, sorry. You could probably find a magic compass, like one of the magic item here. I would say like basic magic items, very simple ones you would be able to find within the main 3. No, not the shell binders.
What's that spell like locate object or something? Could you be like, I want to locate north? Is that like a spell that is a compass?
You know what? I would say that if EOA was able to get a regular compass and somehow etch runes on it to do that, it would be a possibility. So any kind of random stuff that y'all can think of like that, let me know and we can try and find a way. It's not game breaking.
Like it's not game breaking, right? It's just like I would like to know where north is so I can find my way to this thing. Like
it's flavors.
Yeah,
So
and I would even
basically-
say
So this compass, the bonuses is just the light spell. I think everything else about it is a normal compass.
oh, okay. Sure. Go for it.
I'm always blasting light on everything anyway, so
Yeah.
And I see no normal compass item.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That works. And then I'll work on the flashback. Do y'all have y'all secondary characters ready?
I believe
I
so.
still have mine in
I
D&D Beyond.
don't.
or raid one.
Okay, I would just make a
Mine.
I would just make a secondary character. One of the
Oh.
one of the human races. Let's say level
1,000.
Well, now you're talking my language.
let's say
level 5 or something.
level 5 was last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Level 4
say
now.
let's say what's the next big jump after 4? 7?
I believe 6 is when
I
you
think
get a
6 you
bunch of-
get class features.
Okay, so let's do level 6.
Okay, level 6.
One of the classic humanoid races, not elves. If you wanted to do elves, you would all have to do elves.
Oh,
That is up to you.
Astral
Otherwise-
elf.
You don't get a fucking astral elf. They don't
I'm
exist.
joking.
Does
One
it
day
have
I
to relate to our normal character at all, or just like a?
it doesn't. Y'all can roll whatever you want.
whoa.
Level 6, whatever you want. Just be sure to like at least partially familiarize yourself with the character.
Okay, whatever I want.
Yeah, and it can be it can be something really really off the wall, or it can be the same character y'all had last time. It doesn't really matter. It can be your own class
and
and
Chad, the Splash Mountain operator who doesn't care about his job. And he
You say your name is Chad.
Cube every day, all day.
so good.
I might play a monk.
Oh, I love monks.
So what are the? So you said basic bitch besides elf, right?
So you have dwarf, cute. I have it written down somewhere.
Dwarf,
don't I?
human, gnome.
You said a
gnome.
humanoid or something, right?
Yeah. Let me. Right. I want to make sure.
Tieflings okay?
Huh?
Are tieflings okay?
Look how much discord you've already put between us.
I know. I'm trying to like. I personally dislike the tieflings, and I can't decide if where they would fucking exist.
I was just thinking a human with horns.
That's fine. It can just be like a feature of your whatever.
But I don't like. I was thinking of like a traditional tiefling, in the sense that it has humanoid skin.
Right.
Rather than
Maybe just do a human with the Tasha's rules, where you get +2 and then +1 to whatever stat. Like not a specific stat, you get to pick your stat. Is that fair?
Well, with human, I get a +1 to everything.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like as a compromise, like everyone just picks the same thing and we all get the same +2 +1.
Yeah, I don't think that it's not really that big of a. Doesn't
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at everything. So halflings are actually from Avenvon. Remember, they're more animalistic. You have gnomes, humans, obviously. Goliaths.
Yeah, what's up with dwarves in this world? Do dwarves exist?
Okay, so dwarves, yeah. Dwarves would be one of them.
Nobody plays Dirty Dwarf.
I love dwarves. I had a character that was a dwarf.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
Someone was talking about it in the chat earlier, and I was like, do we have dwarves in this world?
Yes, actually, they do have their own settlement.
Oh, but it's underground and no one ever sees them. They're secret.
There would actually probably be some in some of the displacements. And they fucking hate it. Much more so than anybody else. I had a list, right?
I don't
some
think
point.
I don't think we've met any dwarves yet, or I don't remember if we did.
No, not here in the Hollow. It was only like a single settlement of humans that ended up here. And a couple more made their way here after the disruption or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, at
Trying
some
to find
point.
an excuse to use the character art I found.
Oh, gotcha. I would say orcs. Orcs are another one too. Half orcs. I will say that I would like in the future for everybody to roll elves to play the bad guys.
Okay.
Maybe
What if
find
we
out
have the flashback inside of a flashback?
the flashback inside of a flashback. But like the whole story goes back further and further. It starts obviously like on the elves' homeworld. So eventually that would be something that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah, I had a list. I think what had happened is when I created the Master Uguay, Turtle Monk would be amazing. You have so much AC, it's stupid. When I originally created the campaign, I had written a lot of notes on the campaign page itself. That's the wrong one. And it got, like, I didn't save it properly. And it didn't have the names of the... And this doesn't have the names of the races and stuff. Love to do the voice. Yeah, monks are stupid fun. They're one of my favorite classes. They're just... They shine at higher levels. And they're very, very stat dependent, so you have to be very specific about where you put your stats. Yeah, but Keegan, if you have a day, like a specific day that you would like to join us at the table, if just for one night, more than welcome to add you to the table for a flashback.
Yeah.
And I know it's really hard to commit to a weekly session, but when you chaotic good, I want to Oogway so hard. But when you can commit to a weekly session, I will create a game just so I can have you play at my table.
Yeah, that would be cool. Be awesome.
Flashback.
Flashback.
We need
Yeah,
something like
please come play. That'd be great.
Huh?
I was saying, please come play. Like, more the merrier.
I know.
Honestly. It'd be fun.
It would be fun. Well, like,
Me
Keegan
too.
is stupid creative. He writes all kinds of stuff for, like, lore and history for Renfest and stories, and then just randomly writes too. He's done a lot of, like, I don't want to call it fanfic because that has a dirty fucking connotation.
Yeah.
But lore for, like, history and characters of games and all kinds of stuff. Gonna be a lot of weeks where I'm being housed in other cities. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That makes it difficult. Does make it difficult. But I get it.
But like she said, if you want to just come for a night and be a fucking vendor or another NPC we meet, like, that's cool too.
Yeah, that would be fun. Randomly pick up fucking Uruguay. Oogway.
Yeah. Have him drive our boat for us. That'd be awesome.
Yep. Yep.
That would be really cool.
Anyway, I'm gonna log off stream. Keegan, we can continue the conversation in the fam channel in Discord or message us or whatever. Group chats, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, for stream itself, good night. Love you guys. Thanks
Good
for hanging
night.
out. It was
Cheers,
a lot of
everybody.
fun.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for
Bye.
hosting. This is great.
Yeah. And yeah, see you soon.